Welcome to Ultimate Autographs. If you were looking for the internet's most exciting and interactive live break room, then you have come to the right place. We are opening live break mystery boxes featuring the biggest names from across the sports world every single day. If you're new to breaking with us, we can help break it down and make it as easy to understand as possible. First, head over to the live break page and look for a series that suits your interests. Most of our series will have 8 spots, which represent the 8 NFL divisions, but other sports breaks or mixers may vary. If you purchase one spot, that means you have a 1 in 8 chance to win that item at an extremely discounted rate. Next, click Add to Cart to purchase your live break spot. Once you've completed your checkout, tune into the next available live breaks broadcast on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube at noon, 3, or 6 p.m. Central Time any day of the week. As you watch, you will see your name appear on the screen when your specific break begins. Your name will go into the randomizer and will be randomized a specific amount of times based on that evening's dice roll number. Once randomization is over, the list of names of people that bought into that live break will be matched up with a specific division. If the item that is pulled from the mystery box matches your division, congratulations, you just won an incredible piece of signed memorabilia. Want to guarantee yourself an item as opposed to testing your luck? Some of the series that you see on the live break page can be purchased under the mystery box tab of our website. Those boxes could either be shipped directly to your door or open live on the air before being sent to you. While you are there, make sure to sign up for our Signature Points Club. This exclusive club earns you points toward specific discounts, signed items, or exclusive events each and every time you buy at ultimateautographs.com. The moment you have been waiting for has come. Let's break some signed memorabilia.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ultimate Autographs live break room. I'm your host, Don Pellegrini. Alongside me, the best damn producer in the game, Steven Ryan. It is the Primetime Wednesday show here in the break room. We have an all Speed Flex series, which is all offense, and we have the man in that series, Patrick Mahomes. You guys can check it out right here. The all-offense Speed Flex, James Cook, Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes, Trey McBride, Steve Smith Sr., A.J. Brown, Jonathan Taylor, no running backs having a better year than him, Warren Moon, Javonte Williams, and Drew Brees. Every single box in this series is a Speed Flex. Easy. All you have to do, click the series, add to cart, boom. There you go. You have a spot in the break. Here's that Trey McBride, who's having a monster season for the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray, Jacoby Brissett. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is because Trey McBride, one of the best tight ends, if not the best tight end in football, especially this season. This helmet is absolutely beautiful. Still out there, but the most expensive helmet in that series, the most valued helmet, is the 3-time Super Bowl champion, Patrick Mahomes. No collection is complete until you grab yourself a Patrick Mahomes helmet, and someone is going to grab themselves a Mahomes Speed Flex tonight here in the break room. But the question is, Steven, who's it going to be? What's going on? How you doing?
Good, really, really well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Happy to be back here in the break room. Was here yesterday. We had a lot of fun in the afternoon and the later afternoon shows. Looking to continue that fun during the night show. We do have some housekeeping to do. Roll some dice, and we're going to see what our Chase Wheel Spin is going to be for our primetime show. So, guys, let's get to that, and then I'll do a complete top-to-bottom rundown to show off what we have here in the break room, because we have a little bit of everything for everyone. If you can't, the Speed Flex Series 155, a spot of the single. If you're looking to play in series at a little less than price than that, we have series for you all over the break room, guys. So, at first, let's bring up the dice roll so we can check that out. We need 6 or higher. Let's roll. And there we go. We got 10. All righty. So let me add that to the screen. It's going to be in the lower left corner to remind us throughout the show that 10 is the dice roll. Now let's have our Chase Wheel Spin. We got the jerseys, we got the practice squad, we got the flexes, the Super Bowl, and the diamonds. Everything looks good. Now let's spin this wheel. Whatever break this wheel lands on, for all the breaks that we close out in that specific series, which is going to be the Flex Series. All right. So all the names that close out a Flex Series tonight, we put in the randomizer at the end of the show 10 times. The top name's going to be a top spot draw. And if you're the top name after 10 clicks in the randomizer, we'll take you to the wheel out of 100. And whatever that wheel lands on, that's how much a UA store credit you get sent to your account. But the break that you're in has to close out. And we do the chase wheel spin at 9 p.m. So, Steven, we know this Flex series is going to be hot tonight. It is the chase wheel spin. That means do not wait to play this series, because not only can you win yourself a Patrick Mahomes speed flex, a Baker Mayfield speed flex, a beautiful Trey McBride, an awesome Jonathan Taylor, but you have a chance to win some money back at the end of the show as long as you're in a break, as long as you're in a flex break that closed out before 9 p.m. So let me add that to the screen too.
And yeah, as he adds that to the screen, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving along here in a couple of different series. That read option practice squad. We got one headliner in the last 5 boxes. It is a speed flex as well. We are 3 to go on that double box break again. Any full-size helmet for $100.
Absolutely.
Authentic, good deal.
Hall of Famer
Speed
too.
flex, great deal. Hall of Famer on top of it, even better deal. And you know what the best part about it is, Dom?
What's up?
You get 2 cracks at the apple. You get 2
Yep.
bites at the apple in that practice squad double. 100 to a spot. 40% of the series is going in that break.
Absolutely.
I always like to say it like this. It's going to paint a picture.
Ooh,
It's going to paint the rest of the series, right?
I like art.
We will see where we're going with that.
That Chris Carter, too. Also an inscription on that speed flex. So, guys, we know that break is going to happen in just a matter of moments. Do not miss your chance. 3 spots to go. Great price point right there for 102. 5 boxes left, 1 headliner. But you never know, Steven. There might be a NFC North in the and more section that pairs with that speed flex. And not only are you walking away with a speed flex helmet, and no matter what, 102, you walk away with a speed flex, you're feeling pretty damn good. But maybe there's also another surprise in the NFC North where you could walk away with maybe a jersey, a mini of football of your favorite team.
No, it's very, very possible.
That's the practice squad right there. Here's that Chris Carter speed flex with the all I do is catch TDs inscription. What's up, Doc? How you doing? Cheers to you, brother, on this wonderful Wednesday. So I showed off the speed flex series. I'll save that for last. What's up? Oh, Robert, hey. Well, you queued me up for the next break. And yes, the Troy Polamalu is still available in the Super Bowl mixer, that beautiful Rave Authentic, one of the best safeties of all time. We have the Troy Aikman custom jersey, Terrell Davis speed flex, a Hall of Fame running back, an MVP running back, and a member of that elite 2,000-yard rushing club. And we also have a Ray Lewis mini, which pairs with the Troy Polamalu. You get the old school Steelers and Ravens matchups back in the day, the defensive battles. I used to love those. Of course, I love the quarterback shootouts. They all like, hey, we got an all offense series, right? We all like points. But back in the day when the Steelers and Ravens, that 13-10 or the 9-6 or the 10-7 ball game, fun games to watch. Secondary headliners: Derek Brooks, Hines Ward, Rashee Rice, and Marshall Faulk. 15 boxes and 8 headliners in the Super Bowl winner. Every single box in that series, a Super Bowl winner. It's going to be a mixer, so you see minis. We have a speed flex. Maybe we have a authentic hiding out, but I think we pulled all the... Oh, no, Troy Polamalu's an authentic, but I'm guessing maybe the secondary headliners. Maybe we'll see an authentic hiding out somewhere in this series in the secondary headliner list. Diamonds, we are down to our last 4 boxes. We don't have any headliners, but you guys know the story with the Diamonds, guys. No scrubs. Could be a Hall of Famer, could be an All-Pro, could be a member of your favorite team. And I always say this in the Add More section. Someone's and more hit could be a headliner for you. For example, in the and more section, the Diamonds, Mean Joe Green, Tony Dorsett. And if you're a Steeler fan, you're like, man, Mean Joe Green and more hit? Well, that's a headliner hit for any Steeler fan. Those are the type of names that you see in that and more section in the Diamonds, which are all authentic helmets. So would not be a bad decision to get into there. Jerseys, only $29 a spot for the jerseys. And we get it, that Speed Flex Series, $155 a spot. If you can't get into the Speed Flex Series and you want to have some fun tonight, Practice Squad jerseys are even the Super Bowl Mixer Series, the breaks for you. We are down to our last 2 boxes here in the jersey. Jim Kelly is the lone headliner, but hey, 50% chance of hitting yourself a Jim Kelly Hall of Fame quarterback for only $29. I'll take my shot at that. We already have 3 spots taken, 5 spots to go. We know we're going to close out this jersey tonight. That is for a fact. Take your shot at getting yourself a Hall of Fame quarterback for only $29. But the Chase wheel spin. And if you ask me, Dom, what series is going to be hot tonight? And Dom, what's the best bang for your buck in the break room? Well, it's a Speed Flex series. Why, Steven? Because every single box in this series is a Speed Flex helmet. And I know one thing about UA. We don't like to waste our Speed Flexes. We're not going to have the third-string quarterback on the team sign a Speed Flex. We're not going to have a second-string running back on the team sign the Speed Flexes. These are going to be great players, great names throughout the series. The headliners itself, obviously, James Cook, who Cobbin let me know before the show, second in rushing yards this season.
Second in rushing yards, right?
Damn, he's having an awesome year, which is actually, now that you mention, it's really not surprising if you watch the Bills this season, because when the offense is clicking, it's because James Cook is running the ball.
Absolutely.
Baker Mayfield on that beautiful pewter Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know we got a few Buccaneers fans here in the chat. Guys, get your quarterback one. The Bake Show. Patrick Mahomes. Like I said, no collection is complete until you get yourself a Patrick Mahomes. Him and Tom Brady, the most expensive signatures in the game. Well, you get him for a fraction of the cost here in the break room. Get in the double, get in the quad. Hell, maybe you walk away with Patrick Mahomes and an extra helmet for all your hard work. But get yourself a Patrick Mahomes Speed Flex for a fraction of the cost. And keep in mind, guys, it is Chase Wheelspin. You have a chance to win some money back. Trey McBride, and arguably aesthetically the best-looking helmet in this series. He is having an awesome year. Last season, it was the receptions. Over 100 receptions. Took him, until week 17, week 16 to score his first touchdown? Mm-hmm. Well, not only he's a reception machine this year, he's also a touchdown machine. Trey McBride, who's having an awesome season for the Cardinals. Steve Smith Sr., who is a former Triple Crown wide receiver and a future Hall of Famer. Me and Steven, we always, we get a little frustrated sometimes. Like, why is he not in the Hall of Fame already? If you watched our shows before, we brought it up, the metric on the reference and where it says, yeah, he deserves to be a Hall of Famer. A.J. Brown, the Super Bowl champion, the very selfless A.J. Brown. And then we have Jonathan Taylor, who, if this was, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, probably the front runner to be the MVP in the NFL. His odds right now, Steven, plus 600, and you're like,
Interesting.
That's interesting. Maybe running backs MVP are coming back. Secondary headliner, Warren Moon, Hall of Fame quarterback. Javonte Williams, the running back, one for the Dallas Cowboys, who having a surprisingly awesome season. We all thought the Cowboys' running game was going to be the issue. Javonte Williams, he's been balling. And then we have former Pro Bowl quarterback, former first overall pick, Drew Bledsoe, secondary headliner. Robert's looking for some goalie mask, basketballs, or a Rave Steelers lid. Well, hey, Troy Polamalu in that Super Bowl mixer. Not sure if Robert already has his spot, but I can tell you that is where a Rave Steeler is hiding out. So let's see. 3 spots to go in that practice squad, only 102. 7 spots to go in that Super Bowl winner double box. Guys, that's awesome.
6 to go now. We just got an order in there,
6 to go. We still got a Speed Flex in that series. Terrell Davis still an authentic helmet in that series. Troy Polamalu, a double-up opportunity. Troy and Ray Lewis. Hines Ward also still in this series as a secondary headliner. So if you're a Steeler fan, maybe walk away with Troy and Hines, a pair of Super Bowl champions for only $146 if luck is in your favor. 5 to go on that single. Have a chance to take home a Patrick Mahomes Speed Flex for only $155. We are down to our last 21 boxes in that series. Lucky 21 for somebody. Patrick Mahomes could be that very next box. And it could be yours for 1 spot for only $155. Man, it is only Wednesday, but if you win a Patrick Mahomes Speed Flex for only $155, your week, that's already made, man. Whew. Wow. 6 spots to go in the single for the practice squad, $51. You want to take your chance there for a Chris Carter Speed Flex for only $51. The Chris Carter Speed Flex, a Hall of Fame wide receiver with an inscription. So you grab that for $51. Highway robbery. But here at the UA, we let you get away with that. We're 5 spots to go for the jerseys. And like I said, if you can't play the Speed Flex series today, but you want to have some fun in the break room, jerseys, the practice squad, that Super Bowl mixer, only $73 a spot. We can walk away with a Terrell Davis Speed Flex or Troy Polamalu Authentic. We can have some fun. We got everything in the break room for everyone. So, guys, what do you want to do? It's very simple. If you're like, man, I want to get in, how do I do that? Well, get your spot. All you got to do, click the series that you want to get into. Make sure that you're getting into, if you want to get in a double box break, make sure you're getting in the double. And boom, add to cart. And then boom, all your information, and you are in that series. It's easy as that, Steven. And once you win, we get this question all the time when someone who's like a newcomer and they win. I'm like, well, is that it? Do I have to do anything? Yeah, that's it. We have your shipping information. We just ship it out to you right there.
Yeah, you can't even place an order without giving that shipping information. So once that account is created, make sure you sign up for that rewards program. And yeah.
What's up, Ashley? How you doing? Ashley's got to be feeling good this week. Miami Dolphins victorious, a major upset against the Buffalo Bills last week. Nice win, Ashley. I used to remember my team won some football games. Seems so long ago, but it's got to feel great to have a victorious week. I'm avoiding all the podcasts, all sports radio this week.
Probably a good week for that.
Yeah. But hey, been watching a lot of basketball. 5 spots to go in that all offense speed flex series. My question to you guys, what do you guys want to do? What do you want to start the show with? We are 3 to go on a practice squad, 5 to go on that speed flex, 5 to go on a jersey, 5 to go on a diamond. If you're in any of those breaks, say, come on, guys. Let's do this break. I know you guys don't listen to me, and that's fine. I get it. I wouldn't listen to myself either. But you listen to yourself. So if you're in any of these breaks, if you're in the Speed Flex series, say, guys, we got to close this out because every single box in this series, not just the headliners, every single box in this series is a freaking Speed Flex. And if you never won a Speed Flex in the break room before, well, I can guarantee you, if you get in this series and you win, you're walking away with a Speed Flex. And you're walking away with, it's all offense, so, and we like points, right? So this series, it's going to be hot tonight, Steve. We know this is the Chase Wheel Spin. We have a Patrick Mahomes Speed Flex. We know we're at least going to see that Patrick Mahomes tonight. We know we're at least going to see probably that Baker Mayfield, the Trey McBride, the Jonathan Taylor, who, I love Patrick Mahomes. I love Baker Mayfield, but if you're just player-wise, who's having the best season out of everyone in this break? It's JT. Right. It's Jonathan Taylor. Now, Patrick Mahomes a better chance of an MVP because he's a quarterback and he's freaking Patrick Mahomes. But if we didn't have that stigma of, running backs can't be MVP, Jonathan Taylor would probably be the front runner right now. But hey, probably the favorite to be offensive player of the year. And last time I checked, that's pretty damn good too.
That is pretty damn good, I'd say. No doubt about it.
And maybe a 2,000-yard rusher, which you know all that about Jonathan Taylor as being a Wisconsin football fan. He did it twice. And the one year that he did not rush for 2,000 yards in Wisconsin, his freshman year, only 1,900 yards.
Just only.
What was he doing that year?
Slacking hardcore.
Yeah, too much partying. But there's Jonathan Taylor.
There is the temptation.
Which was, if you watch the Colts last season, at the end of the season, you're not scratching your head like, why is JT doing this? Because at the end of the season, he was back to being the Jonathan Taylor that won the rushing championship from 2021. So, especially if you had him in fantasy last year, you're like, okay, yeah, I saw this coming. Now, my problem is I wish I would have drafted him in fantasy.
See, that's the thing, though, right? He had that breakout season. Was it 2020 or 2021?
21, I believe.
Where I think he led the league, right?
Yes.
But then he got hurt, a couple injuries here or there, and he just lurks in that 7 to 11 range. People are like, yeah, has he hit that peak? No, I don't think so. He's probably going to have his best season to date.
Absolutely.
This year.
You could get him for a fraction of the cost here in the break room. Get in that double, get in that quad. Now, the Warren Moon is a secondary headliner, and we do have Warren Moon on Chiefs, Seahawks, Oilers, and the Vikings. If that is an Oilers helmet, that does pair with the Jonathan Taylor. But like I said, the Warren Moon, it's like roulette. We don't really know which Warren Moon helmet's going to be until we really pull it out because we've had him on every team he's played for, even the CFL team, even the Hall of Fame Speed Flex that we just had in the Hall of Fame series that you guys closed out. Thank you very much for closing that out last night. But if you guys have any questions about any series in particular, if you're like, I don't want to ask him because he might have just, talked about that series a few seconds ago. Guys, if you just got in the room and you didn't hear me talk about a series and you want to know, feel free to ask. That's what we're here for. We do not mind. So if you guys want to know what's in the Speed Flex, if you want to know what's in the practice squad, just say, hey, guys, I'm tuning in right now. Can you please let me know? If you want to know where your teams are or your favorite players, if you don't see your teams on the headliner graphic or on the list, drop them in the chat. I can let you know where they might be hiding out in the and more section. And just to be honest with you, for example, if you're a Packers fan, well, Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre are not going to be in the and more section. Those guys are going to be photo headliners. But names like Jordy Nilsson, Josh Jacobs, Who else am I? I'm on green. Those would be names in that and more section. If you're a Packer fan, you're like, man, those are pretty damn good names. I like all those names right there. So if your favorite team is hiding on that and more section, well, that and more section just became a headliner hit to you. So never sleep, and I can let you know what player on your favorite team is hiding out. So
just have to, pull the trigger and ask.
that's right. All you got to do, it's very simple. Go to our break page, and you're like, man, I like that. I got 4 chances to win myself a helmet. And not only 4 chances to win myself a helmet, but I could walk away with 2, 3, 4 potentially in this break. Well, all you got to do, click the series, add to cart, boom, put your information, and we add you to that break. And all you have to do is just sit there, chill, and wait till that break to close out. And boom, you have a chance to win yourself a Speed Flex for a fraction of the cost. Here's that beautiful Trey McBride Speed Flex. Gosh. This has like the rivalry helmet. I think it's like our first rivalry custom Speed Flex.
It kind of looks like it, right?
Yeah. This is nice.
That's
really
a beautiful lid.
And if you one of those collectors who like to collect each team and you don't have an Arizona Cardinal helmet, well, I don't know if I'm speaking out of turn, Steven. I know we had a Larry Fitzgerald helmet about a few months ago that was really, really awesome. But this is competing with that one for the best Cardinals helmet that I've ever seen in the break room.
Yeah, very fair, right?
Aesthetically, this is an awesome, awesome lid. Very, very nice. And you kind of get like the Arizona feel to this lid, right?
Yeah, the warm,
warm
tone with the cream might not be the necessarily color.
If
but
you never watched football before and you're like, guess where this team plays, and you can't look where it says Arizona on the visor, of course, you're like, probably somewhere hot.
That's what I'm anticipating.
Jim Kelly is the only headliner, Ashley. 2 boxes left, and Jim Kelly is the only headliner in the jerseys. But you got a 50% chance of getting yourself a Hall of Fame quarterback. So what do you guys want to do? Who's out there? Make some noise in the chat. We know we have Ashley. We know Robert. Doc is watching. Who else? How are you spending your Wednesday? We know you're watching us.
Exactly.
But we know we got nowadays, you have dual things watching. You have the tablet, you have your phone, you have your laptop, and you have the game on in the background, or a movie on in the background, your TV show on in the background. Who's spending their Wednesday with us in the UA Live Break Room? We're looking to have some fun tonight. We know that Speed Flex series is going to be hot. We're just turning on right now. 6:23. We are just getting the show started. Still 3 spots to go in that practice squad. We have a Chris Carter Speed Flex. That's right, a Chris Carter Speed Flex still available. 102, a spot in that double box break. Steven, you walk away with a Speed Flex for 102 here in the break room. You're feeling pretty damn good.
And that's just a plain Speed Flex.
Yeah.
Without the autograph, you're doing pretty damn good, let alone the inscription. That being Chris Carter, arguably the greatest receiver of all time. His numbers are there.
Yeah. This is a break.
I'm not going to say he's the greatest of all time because obviously Jerry Rice and the GOAT, but this dude was one of the best of all time.
If you like to collect and, trade and swap items, and you might not be a Viking fan, right, Steven? But you see this break, you're like, man, there's a Speed Flex left. A great price point, 102. I got 2 chances of winning that. Maybe think about, I take that helmet for 102, and then maybe I find a Viking fan that has a Speed Flex of my favorite team, and then we could work out a deal. Because I have to imagine if there's a Viking fan out there who collects memorabilia and doesn't have themselves a Chris Carter Speed Flex with the Chris Carter inscription that you want, all I do is catch TDs, they'll be willing to work out a deal if they have your favorite team. So
I would imagine so.
Even if you're like, well, I'm not a Viking fan, well, the practice squad is 102 a spot for a double box break. Just take advantage of a great deal, and maybe you can work out a deal in the future. Just throwing some opportunities out there, guys. But this helmet could be yours for a fraction. That's right, a fraction of the cost. If you want to get a little risky and get in that single where you only have 1 chance of winning it in the break, well, $51. And hey, you win yourself a Speed Flex for $51. You're going to really love Ultimate Autographs. How about it, Steven, right?
How about it?
So there is that Speed Flex in the practice squad. Now, that's the only Speed Flex in that practice squad. The and more section in that practice squad, Steven, we might have jerseys, might have a mini, maybe even a slab card, might even be a football. Who knows? We'll see when we get there. I can guarantee you in this series, every single box is a Speed Flex helmet. And if you never won a Speed Flex helmet in the break room before, well, this is the break to get into, because if you win, you're guaranteed to walk away with a Speed Flex. and possibly a Patrick Mahomes speed flex. One of the most expensive signatures in the game, and you can walk away with him for what? What's that single? 4 spots to go for 155.
Yep.
The double is 310. I'm going to drop these links in the chat, Steven. Make it nice and easy for him. By the way, I asked who's watching because going on all day, so I know there's not 0 people watching. Drop the link for the double if you want to win 2 items with 1 spot. Walk away with 2 flexes for a freaking 310, Steven. Still, that's cheaper than a plain old speed flex on Riddell.com. Let's see some double up opportunities possibly in this series.
Right.
Let's check it out. Let's see. AFC East, James Cook. What's up, Foz? Uh-oh, Fozzie's watching me. He's right behind.
Smith Sr. and Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, there you go. NFC South, the Bake Show, Steve Smith.
Well,
Javonte Williams and A.J. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Drew Bledsoe and James Cook. I haven't seen Drew Bledsoe on a Cowboys helmet in the break room, so I'm guessing that's either going to be the Patriots or the Bills. Have we ever had him on the Bills, by the way?
On a Bills helmet? I think we have.
But mostly Patriots. Either way, it's going to be an AFC East. If we get Bledsoe on the Cowboys, that will blow my mind. I have not seen that yet. But what's up, Foz? How you doing? I didn't think I saw Fozzie yesterday. So how was your weekend, Foz? How you doing? Glad you're joining us today. Now we're 1 spot to go in that practice squad double, guys. 1 spot to go. Only 102 a spot. I'll make that nice and easy. Drop that link in the chat. 1 spot to go. Do not miss your chance. And like I said, guys, if you're like, well, I'm not a Viking fan, Dom. Well, it's 102 a spot to win yourself a speed flex. Get in, win that lid, and maybe there's a Viking fan. Let's say you're, I was going to say, let's say, I'm trying to think of a wide receiver in the 90s, Chris Carter. Let's say you're a Packer fan. And a Viking fan won a Sterling Sharp speed flex. Well, win the Chris Carter, maybe work out a deal. That's just an example. Good man, living the dream. Busy week, lots of irons in the fire. Been hanging, but hanging with you all for a bet. Glad you're here to hang out with us, Foz. Obviously, we know life gets in the way sometimes. That's why we're on all day, every day, 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 3 p.m., and 6 p.m. And like I said, 7 days a week. On Friday, we have an After Dark show that goes past midnight to Saturday morning. So, hey, we get it. Life gets busy sometimes. But one thing I can guarantee you, whenever you do have the time, UA will be live for you guys. Now, if it's 4 a.m., 5 a.m., I don't know about that. But, hey, if it's 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m., and on Fridays at midnight, we'll be here for you guys. Whether you want to break, whether you want to talk ball, whether you want to have some fun, we're here. But we are 1 spot to go in that practice squad. We know we're going to see a Chris Carter speed flex coming up very, very shortly. Is it going to be in this break, or is it going to be in the next break if we don't pull the Chris Carter? Because once we do this break, Steven, we'll have 3 boxes left in that practice squad because we have 5 right now. There'll be 3 once this double closes out and we open the boxes. And if the Chris Carter does not come out in this double, well, we know that single is going to close out just like that, and that last double will close out just like that. So grab that spot. I would think about getting that single too, by the way, because let's say, yeah, that single is 6 spots to go. Let's say the Chris Carter doesn't come out. Well, what's stopping someone from buying those 6 spots in that practice squatting for that single and giving themselves a pretty good chance of taking home the Chris Carter if it does come out in that next break? I'm not saying you have to get 6 spots, but grab that 1 spot just in case if someone does grab that. So we know we're going to have that practice squad coming up. We're getting some traction on that Speed Flex series. 5 spots to go in the single. Every single box, Speed Flex. And an offensive player. You guys see it right there. All offense, James Cook, Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes, Trey McBride, Steve Smith Sr., A.J. Brown, Jonathan Taylor, Warren Moon, Javonte Williams, Drew Bledsoe. A.J. Brown, I heard the trade rumors for him in Philadelphia. I'll happily take him in Green Bay. Come on. Come on, A.J.
You'd want him?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure it wouldn't cost a lot.
I'll give him Bo Melton. And trying to think. Bo Melton. Who else will I throw in there? I like Dontavian Wicks, but I guess, for A.J. Brown, sacrifices have to be made. Dontavian Wicks, Bo Melton, and we'll give them Malik Heath. I think that's fair. He's a great blocker, Malik Heath. Underrated tool. There's the A.J. Brown. You see what he said today?
Malik Heath?
No, not Malik Heath. I imagine A.J. Brown. He said, if you have me on your fantasy team, cut me. He's honest. He's selfless. Hey, we all know.
He's selfless.
No, we actually, I don't think we all are like, man, A.J. Brown's not good. We all know how good A.J. Brown is, right? The Eagles have a very specific way how to run their offense.
Yeah.
And it works. So it's hard to argue with the results. Sometimes you're going to have a game where you have over 100 yards, and sometimes you're going to have a game where you have 20 yards. That's the Eagles' offense, and I'm not going to argue it because last time I checked, they are the current Super Bowl champions.
And they're also number one in the East.
Yeah.
The NFC.
We won't talk about that game on Monday, but yeah, they are pretty damn good.
What flawless execution of fantasy football greatness for me.
Yeah, that was impressive.
I was facing Hurts, Brown, and Elliott.
Man.
And all I had was Josh Jacobs. Up 10.
One thing with a Packer game, I know Josh Jacobs is going to touch the ball 100 times a game.
Him. I was like, you know what? I know they give him the ball.
I like Josh Jacobs a lot. He's a very good player. We're not doing him any favors making our offense so damn predictable when they know we're going to run the ball on first and second down. I said this last week, and I was hoping that maybe, I jinxed it where Matt LaFleur's like, Dom, you don't know what you're talking about. We're going to spread it out or make you look bad. Well, they did exactly what I was talking about last week where they just ran the ball on first and second down every freaking drive, and they became predictable. So hopefully, I don't know. I just want to win on Sunday. I don't care if we score 10 points, 3 points.
Faith.
The Giants. So
got to get right.
I just want to win. We're going against famous Jameis. So that's
he officially starting?
Yeah, they officially named Jameis Winston.
So why did they put in Russell Wilson last week?
Great point. I think because they know Jameis Winston.
He needs the whole game.
2019 or 2020 opener. No, 2021 opener. 5 touchdowns against the Packers. Maybe he throws a little magic.
Yeah, right.
38-3 whooping. That's when he was on the Saints. 1 spot left in the practice squad. Double. 1 spot to go. Chris Carter, speed flex. Who's going to close that out and give themselves a chance to walk away with a Chris Carter speed flex for a fraction? That's right, a fraction of the cost. All I do is catch TDs. Well, who's going to come in here and catch some W's in that practice squad? We'll see if we see our first speed flex of the night. Steven, we know we're not going to see 1 speed flex tonight. We are going to see at least 21 of them because we have 21 boxes left in the all-offense series, which every single box is a speed flex. It's the best bang for your buck here in the break room, no doubt about it, guys. You can win the most for your value. It's a speed flex helmet, and if you want to hit a home run, if you want to get the best bang for your buck, it is that speed flex. For $155, you can walk away with a speed flex around $1,000 worth of value. If it's a Patrick Mahomes speed flex, well north of $1,000, maybe $2,000, $3,000. Get that helmet. Patty Mahomes.
Excellent opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. We don't offer these kind of series all the time.
Every single box.
Every single box.
Flex. So what do you guys want to do? Where's all the big dogs at? We know that is going to close out in just a matter of moments. While we wait for that, though, guys, practice squad is only 102. If you're like, man, I want to play that speed flex series tonight, but, maybe a little out of my range, well, practice squad, you have a chance to win yourself a speed flex with only 5 boxes left. And then that double.
Boxes? Okay, this has got to be it. Someone, please. Oh, Dan, I think he's hopping in the speed flex double. He's getting that party. He's joining, I think, Mr. Timothy Yaslow in there and Christie.
There you go.
So that doubles 5 to go.
Dan Jobbit. That makes sense because Dan, Buccaneers fan, he knows his quarterback is in that series. Baker Mayfield, the Bake Show. What's up, Dan? How you doing? Thanks to Dan, Fozzie, and Christy for getting in that double. And thanks to everyone who's in that single for the Speed Flex series. Thanks to everyone watching right now, by the way. Best damn customers in the game.
Who's going to close that out?
Who's going to get it?
I know we got a few Bucks fans in here.
Maybe we have a...
Either Bucks fans going to get it or potentially a great bargaining chip.
Maybe we have ourselves... Trying to think of some Bucks who we might see in that and more section. And can't say Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks because this is an all-offense series. Maybe Mike Allstott, the A-Train, hiding out here as well. If you're a Buccaneer fan, get the Big Show and the A-Train. Maybe... We did have Bucky Irvin in the and more section before. But we will see. Have to imagine we have Mike Evans. He would be at least a secondary headliner. I know Mike Evans is out right now, but one thing I know about the break room, we love Mike Evans in this break room. So I have to imagine he would at least be a secondary headliner. But you never know.
That is done.
The squad, practice squad?
The squad is completed.
Thank you, guys. All righty. So we'll get that double ready for you. I'm going to ask for 2 box numbers. And if you're new to the channel, you're like, man, what's a Speed Flex helmet? Here's a Speed Flex helmet. Look how awesome these are. These are the pretty much the new authentic helmets in football. The real thing. It's what the players wear on the football field. All of our items here certified by the best of the best. You see the QR code right there. All right. So I'm going to ask for 2 box numbers, so please wait for my message in the chat. I have Jeremy, Jeffrey, Dennis, Kayla, Doc, Fozzie, and Brent.
All right, I'm going to put up one more double. We'll see how it all plays out, ladies and gentlemen, in this one. If that flex comes out, I will...
We'll readjust.
We'll readjust.
Yeah. Wheel for 1, all righty. That have to be the picker wheel because we're only down to our last 5 boxes. And this is a double. So if you want the wheel again fast, you can always... say wheel times 2, but if someone wants to come in with a box number, I know sometimes like, I just want to call 1 box. I'll leave it to somebody else. And Hatchie with 23, which we do have. All right, Hatchie, thank you. That is Brent. So let me take out 23, and I'll take that one out of when I put up the picker wheel. So 16, 22, 26, and 28. Just give me 1 second, guys. And don't forget that all Speed Flex series, 4 spots to go in that single, guys. Patrick Mahomes could be yours for $155. But you can't win if you don't play. So 16, 22, 26, and 28. All righty.
So 16 and what? 23?
23, and I'm going to spin the wheel for the second box. Is it going to be its neighbor? 23 and 22, Steven.
Ah.
All righty.
Some neighbors. No Malik. No LOL. Okay.
That is good.
Yes. That was funny.
All righty, guys.
22 and 23?
Yes, Scott Pasenik and Jermaine Dye, 2005 White Sox. 10 times in the randomizer. Good luck to everybody in this break. The randomizer is going to make a couple friends, or maybe 1. So here we go. 10 times. It's a little journey, not too bad. And the final click. All right, there we are. Copy and paste. Take you to your division spots. All right. Doc, you have the NFC North. Kayla, you have the NFC South. Foz, NFC East. Jeremy, the NFC West. Fozzie, the AFC North. Jeffrey, the AFC South. Dennis, the AFC East. And Brent, the AFC West. Good luck to everybody.
Just quickly, we are 2 to go on that Speed Flex single. So, guys, you know this is a lot of fun when we're opening boxes. So let's get that closed. We'll work on that all offense double. If there's not a Speed Flex in one of these 2 boxes, get your spots in that practice squad. Let's keep this train rolling.
That's right. All right, box 22 in the practice squad. We'll go in numerical order, so 22 first, and then we'll end with 23. Here we go. Read option. All right. We have ourselves the Snake, Jake Plummer.
Oh.
On the Broncos jersey.
That's a fun hit.
Uh-huh. The former Arizona State, Arizona Cardinal, and Denver Bronco quarterback. We have him on the Broncos jersey.
And mushroom grower.
That is true. He does do that. Brent Hatch in the AFC West. Jake Plummer. You have the Beckett cert right there.
Go.
Very, very cool. Congratulations, Hatchie. Nice hit. Jake Plummer.
Closer magic.
Those early 2000s Broncos teams right after Brian Greasy. He was a fun player. If you look at like the stats.
Kind of transitioned them from that to Jay Cutler, right?
Yeah, if you look at his stats, you're like, okay, maybe not the greatest like reference page, but a fun player to watch, man. Jake Plummer. He was like kind of like a, not in a Brett Favre type of way, but he was a gunslinger. He was exciting to watch. That's the Mike Shanahan Broncos. Very nice. All righty. I have I saw Mike Shanahan just got advanced into like the next Hall of Fame voting process. And I do think he should be a Hall of Famer, Mike Shanahan. And not because of the 2 Super Bowls, but because if you watch football today, especially the offense, and how pretty much every team that's like good on offense runs a Shanahan type offense.
Yeah.
Well, that came from him, so just to be the inspiration for offenses today. Alrighty, write that one out. Just my 2 cents on that. Jake Plummer, very cool hit. Nice hit, Hatchie. Jersey. Alrighty, so Brent. Congrats. Box 23 coming right up. You said we're 2 spots to go from that Speed Flex single. Let's get that closed out because, Steven, you said it best. This show is a lot better when we're just breaking nonstop.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It is a lot funner. And I'm not just saying it from my standpoint. I'm saying it from you guys' standpoint. When I'm off of work and I'm, watching the show as just a viewer, I love when we're just breaking nonstop and just seeing the awesome items. You're like, oh, yeah, that reminds me of that one game with that one player, right?
Yeah.
So here's box 23. Steven, we have ourselves another jersey. So that Speedflex Chris Carter is still available, but this is a damn good hit. It's going to go to Jeremy in the NFC West. It is Hall of Fame wide receiver Steve Largent on the throwback Seahawks custom jersey. Got the Hall of Fame inscription. A damn good hit in the Ann Moore section of this practice squad. Wow. Steve Largent, by the time he retired, he had all the records. And I would say this because my generation, we tend to disrespect the guys from the past, but he is probably the most underrated wide receiver of all time. Because his generation playing was probably the toughest for a wide receiver. He had to go against guys like Mel Blount, who they had to make a rule, the Mel Blount rule, so so wide receivers have a little space to work with to get wide open. But Steve Largent, man, awesome hit. And on the gorgeous Seahawks throwback jerseys, which I love that they wear now. It wasn't the best game a few weeks ago, but uniform-wise, the throwback Washington and throwback Seahawk uniforms when they were playing on primetime football. Yeah. That kind of helped to watch that game when it was 35-7 in the second quarter. Seahawks.
I somehow won with that Sam Darnold performance. And you would think with that score, he would have popped off.
Yeah, he didn't throw the ball a lot, right?
Well, he didn't need to because that defense was out of control.
I think it's like only 12 passes.
Yeah, well, they were up 35-0 in the second. I was like, oh, great.
So he had 4 touchdowns, all right? So
he did.
Yeah. If 33% of your passes are going to be touchdowns, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
All right. So that is the double. 3 boxes left, guys, in that practice squad. Chris Carter Speedflex could be yours. I recommend getting at least a spot in that single because you could win that.
The single is 1 to go.
There you go.
Maybe none to go. Let's just refresh the page.
There you go. Steve Largent. Congrats,
I
Jeremy.
have one to go on that one.
All righty. So that is going to happen in just a matter of moments, guys. But we're looking for a closer in the Speed Flex series. 2 spots ago in that single, Patrick Mahomes still out there. You get a Patrick Mahomes Speed Flex, one of the most expensive signatures in all of memorabilia for a fraction of the cost for as low as $155. And if you're thinking right now, well, there's 21 boxes left. I always like to wait until there's 5, 10 boxes. There's no guarantee that Patrick Mahomes is going to be there when there's 5, 10 boxes. You know, Steven, how many shows have we done where we have a new series and there's Brady and there's Mahomes and the very first box is Brady and Mahomes?
Right.
It happens. It could be the very next box in that series. If you're sitting there waiting, it's like, okay, I'll wait for, someone else to get this down to 15 boxes, 10 boxes.
All right, here we go. This is the single for the practice squad.
All right, the single is coming up. Let me write this out for Jeremy. Steve Largent. It's an awesome hit right there. All right. So the single practice squad is coming up, so please wait for my message. I'll bring up the names up on the screen so you know that you are in that break. I have Josh. I have Darren. There's Fozzie. There's Doc. There's Aaron. And there's Tom. Oh, this is just a single. Excuse me.
All right, we got 6 to go in the double, so that double's going down. And then we're going to be on to our next mini-series.
All righty, guys. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. All right. Drop me a box number for the PS single. This is Amon-Ra St. Brown. You won the Steve Largent jersey, Jeremy. The Steve Largent. This was one in the... He might have won in the earlier shows, but you just won the Steve Largent jersey. This was one in the Speed Flex series. Not sure who won it. Could have been Jeremy for all I know, but you were just one in that practice squad. Maybe that's Jeremy's secret strategy. Got to make dinner when he gets in the breaks. Bring some good luck.
It's not a bad approach.
Mm-hmm. So I'm waiting on a box call. 16, 26, and 28. Only 3 boxes left in that series. 2 boxes left in the jerseys, as you guys see on the ticker below, 16 and 17. Only a few boxes left in the diamonds, 4 to be exact. Boxes 3, 5, 18, and 19. But I'm looking for a box number for the practice squad, guys. If not, I'll go to that picker wheel. And it's up to you guys if you want to leave the faith of a Speed Flex to a picker wheel. But I'll give you guys a few more seconds to decide. And by the way, future reference, if you guys do want to go to the wheel and you don't want to wait or have, someone come in with a box call, you can always say for future purposes, and Fozzie just did this in our last break, wheel, and that counts as we'll just go straight to the wheel. But if it's a double or a quad box break and you want the wheel for every single box, you have to specify. So for a double, wheel 2 times. For a quad, wheel 4 times. If you just say wheel in a double and a quad, well, that only counts for 1 box. So wheel for Fozzie. Thanks, Foz. And this is a single, so all you have to say is wheel. So 16, 26, and 28. We'll see what the picker wheel decides. Looks like it's going to be the biggest number remaining, 28. Let me take that off.
All right.
All righty. Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's who's on the helmet. It has been pulled already. Just want to clarify that. All righty. So let's copy and paste. All righty. Yeah, you nailed it. You got it. All right, here we go. 10 times. And the final click. There it is. All right. Doc, you are in that NFC North, the Chris Carter spot. So if it is the Chris Carter Speedflex, you win. Tom Kaz, NFC South. Foz, the NFC East. Doc, the NFC West. Darren, the AFC North. Aaron Custer, the AFC South and the East. And Josh, the AFC West. All right, guys. Let's get to our practice squad. Box 28, courtesy of The Wheel. Alrighty. Hey, guys, run to that double.
All right, we're getting that double. We're getting a new series tonight.
We have ourselves a jersey, an Eagles jersey. It's the Lightning Bug, Darren Sproles. This is going to go to Fozzie in the NFC East. Congratulations, Foz. Darren Sproles, a member of the 2010s team. Nice. On the Eagles, where he won a Super Bowl. So very, very nice. The Eagles green. Nice hit, Fozzie. Darren Sproles. He did it all.
All 2010s team. You know, when LaDainian Tomlinson was running Rump Shot, it was him, LaDainian Tomlinson, Michael Turner,
The burner?
and the third stringer, Darren Sproles.
That is right.
And they only got to the AFC title game.
That's a good backfield, though.
That's a great back. Three options. It's just like, oh.
Northern Illinois legend, Michael Turner.
Mm-hmm.
We got him in the break room. Eagles in the extra, extra small. This looked a little bigger than extra small. Maybe like a medium. All righty. Well, we know that double's going to happen.
I think it's close.
That makes, yep. That makes sense. All righty. Darren Sproles jersey. All right, let me write that out for Foz. Nice hit, Foz. And we're going to have that double coming up. Or we are going to see our first flex of the day. We know it's not going to be our last one. We're going to see a lot of flexes tonight. All right. And that's Darren Sproles. Okay. All right. So the double is coming up. I don't have to ask for two box numbers. The minis will replace the practice squad guys. So let me add our minis to the ticker. Because I know we did personals.
Do you know what numbers are missing?
I am the personals. The ticker's updated. So I'm just gonna, because it looks like 10's gone, 13's gone, and 17's gone. I know I did a personal yesterday and I took off 17. So I think this is good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And I just accidentally deleted it. How do I undo that? Edit, undo. There we go. All right. Thank goodness for that edit button. All right. So let me add the minis. Sorry about this, guys. Give me 1 second just to update that ticker because the minis will replace the practice squad. And that looks good. All right. Now grab these, Steven. I know which ones. I wonder what box is the Speed Flex. All righty. We got Fozzie, Aaron, Doc, and Michael. What's up, Michael? I know Michael's a Viking fan, so he would really love this helmet. 10 times in the randomizer. You want that top spot. That is going to be the NFC North, guys. If you watch the show, you know that. But for anyone new watching, our divisions that you see right here, same order each time. The NFC North on top, the AFC West on the bottom. So you want that top spot. in the randomizer after 10 times. So, guys, here we go. Good luck to everybody. All right, let's roll. Thank you guys for closing out this practice squad. The minis will be up. All right, Steven, our final click. And it's Aaron Custer. Aaron was the top spot at 9. Well, he was the top spot at 10. I wonder if it was that extra spot that came in his favor. Aaron Custer is the NFC North after 10 times in that randomizer, which means, Aaron, you're going to walk away with Chris Carter, which, by just picking up the box, it's this one. So here we go.
It's this one.
By the way, the last box left is from the and more section, so it could be another hit in the NFC North, but still everyone else is still alive technically because we don't know what it is. So Foz got the NFC South, Aaron the NFC East, Foz the NFC West and the AFC North, Doc the AFC South, Foz AFC East, and Michael the AFC West. I get it's not the Speed Flex, but hey, it'd be nice to walk away with something though, right? Better than nothing. And I can get it to you if you're like, well, Dom, I want the Speed Flex. I hear you. So, Aaron. Mr. Custer. Here you go. A Chris Carter Speed Flex with the All I Do Is Catch TD's inscription. Very, very nice. Congratulations. Aaron Custer. We got the purple visor, too. Very nice. The Minnesota Vikings legend. So we'll write this for Aaron, and then we'll open our last box. Anyone who's just keeping score at home, this was box 26, the Chris Carter Speed Flex. All righty. So mark that blue, just in case Aaron's not watching right now. He's like, oh, what'd I win?
Paul Skeens, Cy Young Award winner, if just in case you thought it was a competition.
Yes, I saw today unnamed teammate said he wants to go to the Yankees. I'm like, what? It's a little too early for that.
Is it?
I will keep him in Pittsburgh. Let Pittsburgh build a good team.
I mean, they're not going. The problem is Pittsburgh has to actively want to do that.
Yeah, they're probably not going to, but give them the chance to. I love when Dom has to dump her. What's up, Nathan? How you doing, buddy? Chris Carter. There you go. And Michael with the trade offer. Michael is a Viking fan. Has some great items, too. So I'm sure definitely he'll have some trade-worthy. So 3 spots to go in that single box break, guys, for the Speed Flex. 3 spots left. It is $155 a spot. And if you just saw what we did in that price, probably like, damn, I really like that. Get in that Speed Flex series. All right, we got one more box open.
Uno mas box. Por favor.
Box 16. Normally I go in numerical order, but I picked up the box, and I was like, I know it's the Speed Flex. Let's not make anyone wait. Yeah, I'm about to start sweating, Michael. We're one Bears helmet away from me just, just leaving at this point. All right. Box 16.
I'm just stirring the pot. You think I'm doing this on purpose? I'm cooking dinner.
Just stirring the pot. I like it. I like the honesty. I've been guilty of just stirring the pot sometimes.
Sometimes you just have to.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I love this helmet. It's It's my favorite Titans helmet. The throwbacks. Chris
CJ?
Johnson.
Nice.
CJ2K. Damn good hit in that and more section. There you go, Doc. Very, very nice. CJ2K. Beckett cert on the back. A member of that elite 2,000-yard rushing club. Let's see. Jonathan Taylor in that all-offense Speed Flex series right now. He's got a shot to join Mr. CJ2K. Nice hit, Doc. I love these throwback Titans lids. It just reminds me of, growing up watching Steve McNair, Eddie George, the Jeff Fisher Titans, then Chris Johnson years later with Vince Young. A lot of fun. Kerry Collins, he won a division there. There you go.
Kerry Collins.
They had that like one team that was like 10-0 or 9-0, and it's kind of like the Steelers from a few years ago, where it's like I know this team ain't really like 10-0.
Was Rob Baronis on the squad?
I think he was on that squad. Yeah, good pull, Steven.
R.I.P.
Very good pull. I think he was on that squad. Very, very nice.
Very solid kicker.
It was one of those teams that were 10-0, but you knew they were going to lose in the first game in the postseason.
Those are the best.
And they did. So.
And they did.
Very, very nice.
Well, that one, that Steeler team that did that.
Yeah.
They
lost
started 10-0, but they lost like 6 straight.
Lost to the Bake Show.
Yes.
Baker Mayfield, who was in that all offense speed flex series. Guys, every single box in that series is a speed flex, not just the headliners. Every single box, and every single box is a player on offense, because we know we all love points, right? So write this out for Doc. Nice, Dennis. I know we're all chasing the speed flex, but it's nice to walk away with something. 272, 241. All right. CJ. Okay, where's that bag for that, by the way? There it is. I was like, that don't look right. We do have the mini helmets up on the page right now, guys. Minis are an automatic double box break. So for only $52, you have a chance to walk away with 2 mini helmets. I love mini helmets. So easy to display. And if you have a chance to walk away with 2 for only $52, pretty damn good odds right there and a great price point. But if you're looking for something a little bigger than a mini, and you're like, damn, I really like that Speed Flex helmet in that practice squad. That's pretty cool. I wish they had a series that was just all Speed Flexes. Well, I got good news for you. You're in luck, because we have ourselves the all-offense Speed Flex helmet series. James Cook, who is second in rushing yards. Thank you, Common, for that fun fact earlier today. Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes, Trey McBride, Steve Smith Sr., A.J. Brown, Jonathan Taylor. I thought it was Josh Jacobs, since he touches the ball 200 times a game. But, hey, James Cook, when you have 5 yards to carry, that would do it to you. Warren Moon, Javonte Williams, and Drew Bledsoe. I have to remember, I'm not at the therapist's office. I can't rant about the Packers right now. So, as much as I want to. You guys pulled the Jordan Love before I got here. That would have made me feel better about my Packers. But, hey, we got... And I have to say, I love Josh Allen. But to be the man, you got to beat the man. I'm a wrestling fan. That was Ric Flair's old saying. And Josh Allen, to be the man, he has to beat Patrick Mahomes in the postseason or just win a Super Bowl. Right now, Patrick Mahomes he's the boogeyman.
Yep, right.
For Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, these quarterbacks in the AFC who are damn good quarterbacks. Once-in-a-lifetime quarterbacks, right? Lamar Jackson is freaking awesome. Josh Allen is freaking awesome. You're like, man, why don't these guys have rings? Patrick Mahomes is the reason why they don't have rings. It's like the NBA in the 90s. You look at all the great players in the 90s. Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, John Stockton. It's like, man, none of those guys won any championships. Well, the problem was they ran into Michael Jordan. That's why.
That's usually a problem.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, he's the Tom Brady. He's the Michael Jordan of this generation for NFL players, and you could get him in the break room for as little as $155 in the Speed Flex single, guys. Patrick Mahomes, the QB1 in the NFL. Big game this week for the Chiefs. Broncos,
right? Yeah.
They lose this game. They're 3 games out of first place, and I don't want to say it's over because the Chiefs will make the postseason. We know that for a fact, and I guess.
Did you know this week they are Super Bowl favorites?
The Chiefs?
The Chiefs?
Yeah, they've gotten like to the Golden State Warriors status where it's like who cares about their regular season?
But they're technically out of the playoff picture for the end of the day.
That's like
that is funny.
That goes to show you the Patrick Mahomes effect, that everyone just knows that this guy's going to get the job done when it matters. We
know when the push comes to shove where they'll be.
Yeah, he's the boogeyman, Patrick Mahomes. And he could be yours for only $155. We are 3 spots ago. It's very simple. You're like, man, I want to get into. How do I do that? Well, click the series that you want to get into. The single box break, $155. You see it right here. Add to cart. There you go. And then, boom, check out. Put all your information, and that's it. You're done. I said it early in the show. We get this question all the time, Steven, when someone wins. Well, what do I do now? Do I have to give you my shipping information? We already got it. So all you have to do, sit back, relax, and wait for your item. to hit your mailbox or your porch or whatever. I don't know. Helmets are pretty big. I don't know unless you got a huge ass mailbox.
Right.
There you go. They win this game. Long way to tiebreaker. Broncos are toast. Yeah, it's going to be a great game. I'll be here on Sunday, so be a lot of fun here on Sunday, watching some ball, doing some breaks with you guys. Mostly be doing some breaks. But I'm not focused on Sunday just yet, Steven. That's a long way to go. We got some great items on this Wednesday. And Patrick Mahomes, if you're waiting for the Chiefs Broncos, hey, you don't have to wait till Sunday. Patrick Mahomes could be yours. Maybe you get it before Sunday. You can show off if you're having a watch party. Like, hey, guys, check this out, a Patrick Mahomes Speed Flex. Like, damn, Patrick Mahomes Speed Flex? You must have spent a pretty penny on this. This guy must have some serious dough. And you can be like, yeah, I do. Little they know, you got it for $155. Or, which we like, if you're like, no, I actually got it on Ultimate Autographs. Here's the link for it if you want to check it out yourself. We like it if you refer a friend and, get in that giveaway, and more people, the better. But if you want to, be the big baller at your watch party, Steven, and think that you spent a few grand on a Patrick Mahomes helmet, people are like, damn, that guy, ooh.
Cashing out. Cashing out.
He's doing well. But you got to win first. You got to get in the break. That can't happen if you don't play. You got to be in it to win it. Christmas is just coming up, right, Steven? And memorabilia is always a great, great gift, especially if you have a big-time football fan in your life. Mm-hmm. I always go back to the story. My mom gave me a Brett Favre Authentic as a kid. I was about 10, 12, 11, I don't know. But I still remember that helmet. That exact helmet is still on my TV stand 20 years later because I never forgot that gift. It is my favorite gift that my mom ever got me. So whether it's Christmas coming up, a birthday, or you just want to surprise somebody, memorabilia makes a great gift, and keep that in mind too. You could get it for a fraction of the cost. $155 for a Patrick Mahomes Speed Flex. I'm sure my mom wished Ultimate Autographs was a thing 20 years ago, because I know for a fact she didn't get that Brett Favre helmet for a fraction of the cost. She was like, damn, when I told her I got this job here, she goes, where was that place a few years ago? I just spent full price on that Brett Favre. And guys, get an awesome piece of memorabilia for a fraction of the cost. And if you are gifting it to somebody, like I said with the watch party, you don't have to tell them that you got it for $155. You could tell them, yeah, I got it for full price. So by the time that they give you a gift, they know, man, I got to give this guy a gift worth $2,000 worth of value, $3,000 worth of value. So you know you're getting something good back, and it'll cost you $155. There you go. I'm looking past the Broncos. Tough game is Chiefs-Colts in 2 weeks versus Jonathan Taylor. Wow, looking past the Broncos game.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. You know what happens. Trap game.
Should I pull a Nathan West?
Is that such a thing?
Should I pull a Nathan West? Should I pull a Nathan West?
Bet?
No.
What's that?
Just want to stir the pot a little bit.
Yes, duh.
What was the score last year of that last game?
Ooh.
Just kidding. They didn't play.
Carson Wentz. Hey, I bet the Chiefs that game because I was like, Carson Wentz, he still got a little something left in that tank. Nah, he did not.
No, he did not.
He did not, man. Mahomes versus Taylor, two most valuable players. Yeah. Hey, you get 2 spots in a double box break in the series. You can walk away with both of them. Be 2 separate divisions, so you have to get 2 spots in a double or a quad. But not a bad get right there if you walk away with Patrick Mahomes and Jonathan Taylor. And I get it. Now they say, running backs don't win MVP anymore. Let's say, and this is a huge chance of happening. But let's say Patrick Mahomes has a stinker in that game. He plays terrible. And that is a huge chance of happening. And Jonathan Taylor looks like Walter Payton in that game, running all over Kansas City's defense. It's going to become pretty much, undeniable to deny that this guy is the MVP in football. If he did it against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, and let's say Josh Allen, and an average Josh Allen year is the best year ever for any other quarterback. But let's say Josh Allen just has Bills Bills make the playoffs, win division, but Josh Allen has just an average Josh Allen year. Who can win the MVP? Baker Mayfield, possibly, if he keeps winning football games with an injured Buccaneers offense. I mean, the big show this year, we think of the Bucs offense. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Well, those guys have barely been on the field this season. The big show's been doing this on his own. Bucky Irvin, another great running back. He's been out several weeks. So maybe Baker Mayfield, Jonathan Taylor, sleeper MVP candidates right now. Get in this break. You can take them home. I love the pewter helmets for the Bucs, man. I know the creamsicles are some of the most admired throwback helmets, but I wouldn't change these. I love these. I went on a rant last week that some throwback helmets are so obviously better than the current ones that why not go back?
Yeah.
These I understand because, one, The cream skulls are awesome. The Bucks didn't win too many football games while wearing those uniforms. They didn't start winning football games until they made the uniform change. I'm not
That's
saying
true.
it's
Yeah.
has anything to do with it, but these are badass looking lids. Look at pewter. That's how I love football, because you have a painter in your life. You want to impress them.
Tell them about that word.
They're like, yeah, my favorite color is pewter. And like, damn, this guy knows pewter.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know pewter
It's along
without
lines
the
of
Tampa Bay
Onyx.
Buccaneers in my life, right?
That's not the Pokemon I'm talking about.
Right. With the Lions, too, I know we pulled the Amon-Ra St. Brown, but you drop a Honolulu Blue reference. Like, man, Honolulu Blue, this guy knows the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Kelly Green.
Love the secondary color names.
I know that we have the standard Eagles, but the Kelly Green. No, that's not light green. That's Kelly Green.
That's Kelly Green,
Yeah, get it right,
Yeah.
nerd. I'm looking anything Boomer Esiason, anybody.
I'm sure somebody has something.
You know, Boomer Esiason has been in the and more section a lot lately here in the break room. And again, I can't confirm anything to be in the and more section because there's an and more section. I wouldn't be shocked if he's in that all offense speed flex series. Boomer Esiason, former MVP. That's a good name to have in that and more section. MVP quarterback. And, you know, you don't have to be born in the 80s to know who Boomer Esiason is. Just be the voice of CBS and have his own radio show, which is on CBS Sports Network if you want to watch it nationally. So, yeah, Boomer Esiason, not just a great football name, former MVP quarterback, lefty, Maryland, Norman Julius Esiason. I love that name, Norman Julius Esiason. But, national name all around for just his radio media career. And that might be a hit in that and more section in that Speed Flex series. I know we all love the headliners. I get it. Patrick Mahomes headliner, that is, the helmet that we're all going for in this series. But that and more section in this series, don't let it scare you away, guys. Because one, it's going to be a Speed Flex helmet. And we're not going to waste our time having, who's the backup quarterback on the Packers? Malik Willis sign a Speed Flex helmet. By the way, Malik Willis is undefeated. So, I wouldn't mind that. But we're not going to have our times having a backup quarterback sign a Speed Flex helmet. You're going to get an awesome, awesome, awesome name. The way we're running the football, maybe we just run the read option with Malik Willis. I don't know. I got something rant about my Packers. I'm sorry. You know what make me feel better, Steven?
Breaks.
Speed flexes. And we are
Flexes.
close to flexing in this flex series. Couple spots to go, guys. In this single, you don't want to miss out on a Speed Flex helmet. Especially if it's that closer spot and you're thinking about getting in. You're like, gosh, 155, I could have got in and won myself a Patrick freaking Mahomes. Speed Flex.
Right.
The most valuable signature in the game for the current players, no doubt about it, Patrick Mahomes. Him and Tom Brady, guys. If you don't have a Brady and Mahomes in your collection, you got to get one ASAP. Mini helmets, let me bring that up on the screen because we just made those live, but we did do personals in there.
I feel like Jonathan Taylor, do I not see him up there?
Where are those minis? Where are you at? Right here. So, Jamar Chase, Sean Alexander, George Kittle, Bryce Young, Garrett Wilson, Michael Strahan, and Ndamukong Suh, and Lawrence Taylor. So, it looks like Jonathan Taylor and Champ Bailey have been pulled. Secondary headliners, Fred Taylor, Chris Johnson, and Cortland Sutton still available. So, yeah, it looks like Jonathan Taylor and Champ Bailey have been pulled in that series. But I love that Sean Alexander a rivalry helmet. Pairs with the George Kittle. Only $52, man. Walk away with 2 mini helmets. But if you're looking for some Colts, I know Den is a Colts fan. Well, the Jonathan Taylor Speedflex, $155. You got to take your chance at a Jonathan Taylor Speedflex for $155 if you're a Colts fan, if you ask me. No headliners left in the Diamonds. We have 4 boxes left. But that and more section in the Diamonds, it's going to be all authentics and awesome, awesome names. For example, we pulled Hall of Famers. We pulled All Pros, 2025 first-round picks. Thank you, Con, for actually letting me know that. I didn't want to mention that without it being true, but no offensive linemen in this series as well. So quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers. I didn't want to mention that. I had a feeling there was going to be no offensive linemen, but I didn't want to say it, and then boom, we pull a
right.
Anthony Munoz, which would not be a bad hit, but it is a lineman. So there is the all Speed Flex series. This is the Chase Wilson 2 guys, by the way. So keep in mind, not only can you win yourself a Speed Flex helmet of Patrick Mahomes for a fraction of the cost, but at the end of the show, maybe walk away with half of your money back in store credit. $155, Steven, maybe you get a $80 in the Chase wheel spin, maybe 75, 70, and you use that again in a series, whatever series you want, guys. You're free to use your store credit however you want. And you can use that again in a Speed Flex series or the Diamonds or the Super Bowl Mixer and win yourself another item with that store credit. We see it here all the time. But you can't win if you don't play. And
Facts
keep in
of
mind,
life.
guys, the Chase wheel spin goes till 9 p.m. I see this all the time here in the break room, Steven. And I only say this because I see it with people who watch the show for a few hours, where we're kind of just sitting here doing nothing for a while. And then after 9 o'clock, when that Chase wheel spin is no more, well, then they'll do that break. Because,
Weird.
we get to that point where it's like, all right, guys, we got to start breaking or we're going to sign off. And then we do the break, and then no one has the chance to win some money back. We know this is going to be hot tonight, guys. It's an all-speed flex series of Patrick Mahomes. Let's close out the breaks while we have a chance to win some money back. And I get it. It's a 1 in 100 wheel. 1 in 100 chance to win $100 back. But Steven, you tell me I get any amount of dollars off an item, an order.
But it's,
I'm taking it.
It's a 50% chance you're going to get a $50 gift card back. So, I mean, like, it's,
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 in 100, sure, but you have 50 through 100 in a gift card. Like, that's not chump change.
Right. I wish anytime I went
those
to
buy spots in breaks.
Yeah, I wish I went to a store and I bought something. Like, by the way, you have a chance to win some money back at the end of this checkout line. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Right.
I'll take that. Yeah. But you can't win if you don't play. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. That's what we are here for. If you're just looking for your favorite teams, favorite players, please drop them in the chat below. 4 spots go on that double, 3 spots go on the single. That's the thing. We're 4 spots go on the double, 3 spots go on the single. So I know people are ready to party in that break. If it was 8 spots ago, I'm like, okay, maybe we just don't have, the people want to party tonight. But I know we have people who want to party tonight. So let's do it right now. And let's not wait.
So let's party.
That is right.
3 to go in the single, 4 to go in the double.
Mm-hmm. Who's in the single? Who's in the double, Steven, if you don't mind me
Who's
asking?
in the single? We got Christy in there 3 times in the single, Tom Kozic, and then Timothy Yaslau. That's the single. Christy in there twice for the double, Timothy Yaslau, and Dad Jobbit. So, I mean, just
they get
Christy wants to win a speed flex.
They understand that series, every single box is a speed flex helmet. It's going to be a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, all offense, guys. No offensive linemen, no punters, no kickers, quarterbacks, wide receivers, and running backs. Something all of our fantasy teams love to hear.
Right.
James Cook, Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes, Trey McBride, Steve Smith Sr., A.J. Brown, Jonathan Taylor, and secondary headliners Warren Moon, Javonte Williams, and Drew Bledsoe still available. This is the most loaded series. This is the best bang for your buck. I know sometimes customers see that 155, like, ooh. But with that 155, you have a chance to win an item north of $1,000. If it's the Patrick Mahomes, $2,000, $3,000 worth of value. It is the best bang for your buck in the break room. If you want to beat the house, if you want to hit a home run, this is the break to get into. Speed Flex is in every single box. And certified by the best of the best. It's easy, Steven. All you have to do, see the break that you want to get into. If you want to get in the quad, you want to get in the double, you want to get in the single, make sure that you specify, because we do have 3 up right now, quad, double, and the single. But for example, you're like, man, I could win myself Patrick Mahomes and maybe a few more helmets in this break. Well, I want to see that Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to give myself 4 chances of seeing it in a break. Add to cart, check out, add your information, boom, you're in that break. Easy as that. We take care of the rest. But that is up to you guys. Yeah, the Jamar, that has been pulled, but that was insane. No doubt about it. But still, the most value item in that break, Patrick Mahomes, is still available. And I see Chrissy. Thank you, Chrissy, for getting that spot in that double. Thank you, Ashley, for starting the party in the minis. Double box break in there. And like I said, guys, if you can't play in the Speed Flex series tonight, but you want to play something, minis, jerseys,
Minis
that
are
Super Bowl mixer.
new.
Yeah, the minis, besides 2 headliners, Jonathan Taylor and Champ Bailey gone, everyone else still available. That's a double box break for $52. I would love to just throwing out scenarios. the rivalry Sean Alexander and the George Kittle NFC West.
Just the rivalry, Sean Alexander. But
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, the double up scenario, that's where you start dreaming, right? I mean, that is nice.
Yeah, I don't know how good they can, see the shades of green on the graphic, but once we see the helmet and bring it out ourselves, it's so easy to see, and it's
If
so
you're
beautiful.
a Giants fan, also, this is the break
Yeah.
for you.
You probably wanted these two guys on Sunday because these two guys, they didn't miss too many tackles.
it's
Caleb
the
Williams,
number-
man, they couldn't tackle him to save his
You
life.
know, I'm going to say
save
this,
their life.
Tom. As much as he gets gripe, and that's fine because of the pressure of being the number 1 overall
That was his
quarterback.
best game as a pro.
That's fine. But you know what he doesn't do? He doesn't turn the ball over, and he has game-winning drives.
No, that was-
4 game-winning drives in the last 6
I don't mean
weeks.
that as a shot. I was watching that game, kind of hate watching a little bit, so I was kind of a little aggravated.
It's kind of
but
that's what you want to know, right, about your quarterback. Not when he's out there throwing for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns and no picks. It's when you don't have it.
when nothing's working.
When nothing's working.
Yep.
What can you do? And you know what? He can make things happen.
That is right.
He makes things happen.
By the
So,
way, you kind of gave me an idea right there. When nothing's working, sometimes when you're in the break and you don't have the best of luck in the break, we do have a buy a mystery box
yes.
tab. So if you're like, man, I have not have the best day in the break room, but I want to walk away with something, buy a mystery box. We have our minis that we have on our break page up right now. But if you want to buy a mystery box mini, you know you're going to walk away with one mini. You don't know who you're going to walk away with, but you know at least know you're going to have something. We have an autographed full-size authentic series, which you're going to walk away with an authentic helmet, and our headliner package, which is a full-size authentic, a full-size rep, a mini helmet, and a custom jersey. And by the way, guys, if you're watching the show right now and you're new and you're thinking about getting in the breaks, well, before you get in the breaks, make sure you sign up for our signature club so you rack up some reward points so you can get some free items like maybe a free mini, like maybe a free headliner package in the near future with all your orders. So make sure if you're new and you're like, oh, I'm going to grab a spot, sign up for the signature club first so you get those reward points, Steven. I like reward points, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, all righty. 2 spots to go in the jerseys, only $29 a spot. Only $29 a spot in the jerseys. That's going to happen, guys. While we wait, speed flexes.
That's the move.
I can't believe this hasn't moved. $155 a spot and a Patrick Mahomes speed flex. Not only Patrick Mahomes, every single freaking box in this series is a speed flex helmet, guys. You don't want to wait and miss out. Especially if you're like, well, I want the Mahomes, but I'll wait till there's 10 boxes left, 5 boxes left. There's no guarantee that Mahomes is going to be here with 10 boxes,
Waiting
5
is
boxes.
not recommended.
Yeah. And then I see it all the time. People wait, and then as soon as the helmet gets pulled, they're like, do you want to trade? I have this, I have that. And of course, the person's like, no, dude, I'm not going to trade this Patrick
I just
Mahomes speed
got
flex.
this.
Yeah, I'm not trading this just yet. You're going to have to wait on that. Don't miss out. Get your spot. Have you seen a Patrick Mahomes speed flex ever traded in the break room?
Not on the record.
I
no.
have not been in a show that I've seen. I'm not saying it's never happened, and I'm sure it's happened offline, but I don't think I've seen one on the show. Especially, a lot of these speed flex, especially the custom ones, like that Trey McBride, for example, you kind of want to see this helmet with your own eyes at first, right? If you're going to trade it, I suggest get it shipped to you first. Check it out because the graphic looks good. Don't get me wrong. That looks awesome. But they look 10 times better with your own eyes, right, Steven?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
There is that Trey McBride. I love that helmet. The custom rivalry look. Gosh. Hot take if I say the Cardinals should make the rivalry helmets permanent.
I don't think that's that hot of a take.
I think they're better. I'm sorry. The Cardinals helmets are the standard ones. They've always,
That feels like a sensible decision.
they're not they're pretty simple. I don't want to say they're terrible, but they're not the most, iconic helmets out there, right?
No.
Put it nicely. I like the rivalry lids. I wouldn't be too against them switching that to permanent. I haven't heard anything about that. I'm just,
I don't think they will.
Yeah,
but
I don't think they will. I'm just,
There's a lot of
throwing
rules
pennies
and
in the-
regulations that go into that. All right, so I think we're 1 to go on the jerseys.
1 spot left in the jerseys. Only $29 a spot. Jim Kelly's still out there. He is our last headliner. But we only have 2 boxes left, guys. So, hey, 50% chance Jim Kelly comes out in this next break that we do. 1 spot to go. I'll make that nice and easy for you guys. Drop that link in the chat. There you go. All righty.
All right. That's
Disconnected for a little bit.
hello.
I got the.
Okay, we're back.
We're back. All right.
I think it says 3 of 3 now.
Okay, cool.
But it did say
Yes.
disconnected for a moment.
Sorry about that, guys, if we disconnected. Josh, Jeremy, Ashley, Adam, Kayla, and Jeremy. All righty. Drop me a box number for the jerseys. By the way, guys, and if you're someone who likes to have, the multiple spots, the 4 spots, the 3 spots, I get it. I understand. But I always say this. If you're willing to spend over $100 in a jersey break, Steven, think about spending it in that Speed Flex single, too, because I love the jerseys. Don't get me wrong. But you spend over $100, and the most you can do values maybe $200, $300, value back.
Mm-hmm.
With $155 in a Speed Flex series, you can get $3,000 worth back with that Patrick Mahomes. 17 says Kayla. Thank you, Kayla. I can grab that, Steven. They are right next to me.
These boxes back, and I'm gonna probably get the next series in here because. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
I'm guessing that's gonna close at some point here.
All righty. Put you guys in the randomizer 10 times for our jersey break. We'll see if we have Jim Kelly, the Hall of Fame quarterback, 4-time AFC champion. All right. Here we go, guys. And the final click. All right, there it is. Copy and paste. Take you to your divisions for our jersey break number 24. Jeremy, NFC North. Ashley, the NFC South. Jeremy, the NFC East. Adam Bickle, the NFC West and the AFC North. Josh, the AFC South. Kayla, the AFC East. And Jeremy, the AFC West. Good luck, everybody. Box 17. Press coverage. And we do have ourselves not only a headliner, but box collar magic. Congratulations, Kayla. It is the Jim Kelly jersey. Very, very nice. The Hall of Fame quarterback. And Kayla had 1 spot. Very nice, Kayla. Only $29. You got a Jim Kelly jersey heading your way. Very, very nice. Got the JSA cert on there as well. Just like all of our items, certified by the best of the best. So very, very nice. Congrats, Kayla. And nice box color magic. So 1 jersey left. It is from the and more section. But hey, we closed it out. We'll have a brand new jersey break in the room with brand new headliners that you guys can win for $29 a spot. There you go. Jim Kelly. Also got the physical JSA. All right. Yeah, congrats indeed. So 1 box left. It is from the and more section. We'll see who it is. It's going to be an awesome surprise for somebody. I can guarantee that. All right. Jim Kelly. Congrats, Kayla. Very, very nice. AFC East. The former Miami Hurricane. All righty. Where are we at with that Speed Flex series, Steven?
I think we're still sitting in the same position.
Whew. Whew. Don't miss out, guys. By the way, that Chase Wheel Spin ends at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. So any break that closed out in the Speed Flex series after 9 p.m., you won't have a chance to win some money back at the end of the show. And me and Steven, we've been doing this for too long, where we know for a fact we'll be doing some Speed Flexes, more than one. It's going to be hot tonight. Might as well do them when you have a chance to win some money back, right? All right. So, all right, Kayla. By the way, Kayla, nice box call. Box caller magic. Very, very nice. Speed Flex Series, 3 spots to go in the single, 4 spots to go in the double. Here is a Speed Flex helmet. This was one in the practice squad, but it is a Speed Flex. Look how awesome these are. These are the new Authentics, guys. And if you've never won a Speed Flex in the break room before, well, good news for you. That Speed Flex Series, every single box is a flex. So if you win, I can guarantee you, you are walking away with a Speed Flex, and you got to add a Speed Flex to your James Cook, Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes. That's right, Patrick Mahomes. Trey McBride, Steve Smith Sr., A.J. Brown, Jonathan Taylor, Warren Moon, Javonte Williams, and Drew Bledsoe still out there. You have a chance to grab yourself a Patrick Mahomes Speed Flex for a fraction of the cost, $155. You want to hit a home run here in the break room? You want to get the best bang for your buck in the break room? You head to the Speed Flex Series, and if you win, you're walking away with a Speed Flex helmet. And like I said, if you don't have a Speed Flex helmet in your collection, you got to get one. I have my Jaden Reed Speed Flex that are thanks to David Griffin. What's up, Charles? How you doing? Happy Wednesday, my friend. Jazz. Looking to close out the Speed Flex double and the single. You know, Charles is a Falcon fan, so he's probably like, oh, this Jonathan Taylor guy again. After the 3 touchdown performance on Sunday. I woke up early and watched that.
What he does.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good game.
It was a good game.
Woke up early and watched it. I did not regret it because that was a good football game. And, you know, a lot of times, especially with the international games, they're not so good. And you wake up and you're like, man, I could have slept through that one, right? That one was good. What's up, Stephen Remick? Let's close out the minis. Yeah, $52 a spot in the minis. It's a double box break. Jonathan Taylor and Champ Bailey are the only headliners gone. But Jamar Chase, Sean Alexander, George Kittle, Bryce Young, Garrett Wilson, Michael Strahan, and Dominican Sue, Lawrence Taylor. If you're a Giant fan, well, that'd be a giant double up right there. What's up, Dan Job? I know why Dan's here. Dan is a Buccaneers fan, and he wants you guys to close out a Flex Series ASAP because he wants his chance at the Baker
Charles,
Mayfield
how's it going,
Flex.
man?
Dan is a Bucks fan. Tough one last week, Dan, but I think the Bucks will be fine. It helps that the Falcons lost, the Panthers lost, and the Saints, they're already out of it. So you didn't lose any ground in the NFC South. I think it's pretty, I don't want to say set in stone because anything can happen, but I'm pretty confident the Buccaneers will be representing the NFC South once the postseason rolls around. Get him Baker Mayfield on that beautiful pewter Bucks helmet. The Bake Show. Glad to hear that, Charles. Always nice for you to join us here in the break room. So what do you guys want to do next? It is 7:34. I guess it's a good time to do a complete top-to-bottom rundown and show off everything. I just showed off that Speed Flex series, so I'll wait till the last one to show it off. Super Bowl winner series, guys. This is a mixer. Only $73 a spot in the single. And you have a chance to win yourself a Terrell Davis Speed Flex, one of the best running backs of all time. Maybe the best running back of the 1990s, Steven. 2,000-yard rusher. Excuse me, Barry Sanders was the best running back of the 1990s. Maybe the best running back of the AFC in the 90s. Terrell Davis, a 2,000-yard rusher, Super Bowl champion, regular season MVP. Barry fans, I'm Barry Sanders, best running back of the 90s. Ray Lewis, mini helmet that pairs with that Troy Polamalu authentic, one of the best rave helmets in the game. The Steelers. Look, that thing just pops. Look at the graphic right there. Woo! Troy Aikman, custom jersey, 3-time Super Bowl champion, Hall of Fame quarterback. Derek Brooks, Hines Ward, Steeler fans, Troy and Hines. Rashee Rice and Marshall Faulk, secondary headliners, still out there in that Super Bowl winner series.
Oh, I'm sure those will go down.
Yeah, I think so, Ash. We're about 4 spots ago. That's definitely going to happen. Definitely going to happen. And that jersey 6 spots ago, yeah, we're going to have that closed out in just a matter of moments. The diamonds, we have 4 boxes left. It's going to be authentic helmets in every single box, of course, in the diamonds. And they are from the and more section, but never sleep on that and more section in the Diamonds because you never know. You might find your favorite team hiding out in there, and it could be a Hall of Famer, an All-Pro, a 2025 first-round pick of your favorite team. So never sleep on the Diamonds. If you're always looking just to add some authentic helmets to your collection, an excellent break to get into. And the jerseys, one box left. It is from the and more section. And here are the minis. Automatic double box break. Jamar Chase, Sean Alexander, George Kittle, Bryce Young, Garrett Wilson, Michael Strahan, and Dominican Sue, Lawrence Taylor, Fred Taylor, Chris Johnson, and Cortland Sutton. Hey, double opportunity in that AFC South with Fred Taylor and Chris Johnson. Cortland Sutton, we don't get him too often here in the break room. That's pretty cool. The wide receiver one for the Denver Broncos. I like both of the wide. I like him and Troy Franklin. I think they're pretty damn good, man. Broncos are, people forget that they're 9-2. Pretty damn freaking good. Oh, I appreciate that, Charles. I'm sure I'll see Favre again pretty soon here in the break room. And it better be on a Packer helmet. You know that, Charles. I don't want to see him on that purple helmet. I want to see him on the Packer helmet. But the special teams mini automatic double box break. Ashley, what are you chasing? I know there's a lot of helmets that are worth getting in this series, but you have one pick. You can only get one. What is the one that you want? Is it the Sean Alexander? I like the Bryce Young. Kind of looks like a shut helmet, Steven. What do you call it? Shut?
Shut,
yeah. You don't see those too often in the mini form here in the break room. On the Bama lid, where if you're getting Bryce Young, you probably want him on the Bama lid.
I would imagine.
Yeah. You did beat the Packers, though, so just going to put that out there before someone else puts that in the chat. What's up, John T? John, I know John T loves speed flexes. John, before you ask, because I know you love the flexes, my man, I'll go to that flex series, and I'll tell you who's still available because we have an all-flex series, which is all offense, quarterbacks, wide receivers, and running backs. No offensive linemen. James Cook, Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes, Trey McBride, Steve Smith Sr., A.J. Brown, Jonathan Taylor, Warren Moon, Javonte Williams, and Drew Bledsoe still out there. Now, this is the series that I want to close out. I know we're going to do a mini. I know we're going to do a jersey. Those are excellent series, but I want to get this speed flex because I know for a fact, Steven, this is going to get hot tonight. I just don't want these guys to miss out on a chance to win some money back. You're like, come on, Dom, it's the Chase Wilson. I don't care. Any chance to win anything back, you want to win.
Yep, big time.
So don't waste an opportunity to win some money back in the Speed Flex series. And that's, hey, if we only do one single, who cares? You gave yourself a chance to win some money back and your chance to win some Speed Flexes. That's why we're the best damn break room of all time. Any of them trying to get one of every team. All right. So who do you have? I don't know, whatever's easier to answer. Who do you have or who you're still looking for? Whatever's easier. But I love a Fins Mini for my personal collection. Yeah, maybe we have a Mark Duper or a Mark Clayton hiding out somewhere. Devon Achane has been a and more hit in the past, but I think he's playing himself into at least a secondary headliner in a break like this. What a game that he had last week against the Buffalo Bills. Achane fantasy owners, holla, 40 points. I still lost by 30. I don't even know why I'm celebrating. But it was cool to have a guy score 40. He's a beast, Ashley.
He was.
That's the one thing with McDaniel, who's probably going to get fired. Let's be honest. I'm interested to see how the next coach of the Dolphins uses Devon Achane because he is an offensive weapon. He's not your traditional running back. He can catch passes as a wide receiver. Kind of like a Christian McCaffrey type, just not the Christian McCaffrey body. He's a little smaller guy, Achane, but he's a strong guy, man. He's a lot of fun to watch.
Shifty as all hell.
He might be in the and more. If he's in any and more section in the break room, it'll be the Speed Flex series for sure. And maybe a Rave Dolphins Devon Achane. That sounds good. I have about half. I'm missing a 49er. Oh, there you go, George Kittle. There you go. Well, hey, Ashley. I don't know if you have a Seahawk already, but hey, let's not stop at that George Kittle. It is a double box break, so get the Kittle and the Sean Alexander while you are at it. Would like a Patriot to give to my boss. There you go. Maybe a secondary headliner and Andre Tippett potentially. We'll see. We will see. But the mini 3 spots ago will happen in just a matter of moments. I love the minis. So easy to display, especially, $52 for a double box break. That is $52. Not only walk away with one mini. If you tell me I have a chance to walk away with one mini, $52, I'm like, all right, that's pretty damn good. I like that. No, you have a chance to walk away with two minis. I'm like, oh, even better.
All right, we're 2 to go on that.
Yeah, it's going to happen in just a matter of moments, guys. So if you're thinking about getting in, or if you like the closer spot, well, hustle. Hurry up. Also need a Seahawk. Well, there you go. I know the double up for you, Ashley. The Sean Alexander and the George Kittle. And I love Steve Largent. I love JSN. I love the Legion of Boom. But my favorite Seahawk, I can't think of a better Seahawk to get than the former MVP, Sean Alexander.
Right.
And a rivalry helmet, too, man. I like those. The Patriots will be wearing their rivalry uniforms tomorrow, Steven. And I know we have them already. I seen we had it in the last practice squad, the rivalry helmets for the Patriots. And I believe the Rams are going to wear theirs on Sunday against the Seahawks. I don't know if the Seahawks will be wearing theirs because they already wore theirs already.
Mm-hmm.
But so if you're looking out for the rivalry uniforms in football, Patriots tomorrow and the Rams on Sunday. And we're already getting them in the break room. We are already getting them in the break room. And Michael has a Devon Achan salute to service mini. There you go. He's fun to watch, man.
I mean, he gives that offense semblance of hope, right?
Could be hiding out in that and more section.
He has been hiding on that and more section.
In the
that
diamonds,
is scary.
Yeah, like in the diamonds,
That's
like in
a
the
top 5 fantasy back.
Yeah, in the specialty series. Like if it was a jersey or the minis, probably a secondary headliner or a photo headliner. But in the specialty series, like the diamonds, the all speed flex, or like the high roller, he would be in the and more section. And listen, I'm not saying it's there, but maybe a Dolphins rave speed flex. I'll do the Collinsworth.
All right, we're gonna do our first speed flex. Let's go.
I have one to go on here. Maybe it just hasn't refreshed yet.
Maybe I miscalculated.
I know that yesterday it was taking a while to refresh, so that could be just a. But if you want to just to double check the products, because I'm still getting one. But we'll get that squared away. Either way, if we're sold out or one spot to go, Steven, it's going to happen.
I have the minis at 0, and yes, that is at 1.
Okay. So I'm going to drop that link in the chat. Den says closed.
The minis are.
The
yes,
minis.
sorry.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Minis are closed. Thank you guys for closing that out. All right, we'll do the mini box break. And then by the time the minis are done, that Speed Flex single surely will be sold out. So thank you guys. All right. So minis are coming up. This will be our first break in the minis. We did have them as a personal. There's so many that are gone. So if you see the ticker below, that you're like, oh, there's some boxes missing. I thought this was the first break. We did have them up as personals. So that's why the Jonathan Taylor's gone. That's why the Champ Bailey's gone. But still some awesome, awesome names in there. So drop me 2 box numbers for the mini double. Ashley, Kayla, Steven, Eric, Dennis, Doc, Louie, John T. Thank you guys for grabbing those spots. We even got a former baseball player, Eric Burns. What's up, Eric? How you doing, my man? We got Louie. Had some fun with Louie yesterday in the break room. Welcome back, Louie. How you doing? Louie had some awesome items he won yesterday, too. Looking to continue that winning streak here today on our prime time Wednesday show. We're going to have a Speed Flex break coming right up. And thank you, Mr. Remick, 15 and 22. Those are both good to go. All right. Thank you, Steven. 10 times in the randomizer. And we are going to roll. Stream choppy for... Yeah, let us know, guys. If you guys are... We did have a little issue earlier, but that was... seemed to be fixed. But if we are having issues, guys, please let us know. And thank you, Aaron. All right. So here we go. 10 times. I got you, Steven. I saw you're at 15 and 22. I got you. So you're good to go. I don't know if that's a... He didn't see it, but 15 and 22 are good to go. Just beat out Den. All righty. So here we go. 10 times. Rolling, rolling, rolling. And the final.
Right, now the single's closed.
Thank you. All right. Now grab these. You get that ready. And I'll grab 15 and 22. Yes, sir, says Louie. Good luck, my friend, to you and everyone else in this break. All righty, I'm going to copy and paste and take you guys to your division. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Hopefully, sometimes it just does it on its own, but hopefully that does not last too long. But thank you guys for letting us know. All right, so 15 and 22. We'll go in numerical order. Sounds cut in and out. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So hopefully that works itself out. But Louis, the NFC North, Doc, the NFC South, Steven, the NFC East, Eric, the NFC West, John, the AFC North, Ashley, the AFC South, Den, the AFC East, and Kayla, the AFC West. Facebook and YouTube streams are good on my end. All right. And for the messages, I know, and Steven Rowling probably knows this already, but I know the biggest delay is Facebook with the messages, right? So if and Steven did get his box calls in first, so he understands it. But if you are playing today and you do plan on calling box numbers and you want to be quick about it,
just be ready.
YouTube, Twitch, because I know Facebook has I don't know if it's 20 seconds or 30 seconds, but there is a delay. But Steven did get his box calls in. All right, box 15, Louis, the NFC North, Dennis, Doc, the NFC South, Steven, the NFC East, Eric, the NFC West, John T, the AFC North, Ashley, the AFC South, Dennis, the AFC East, and Kayla, the AFC West. Well, Steven, we talked about it. Here it is. Sean Alexander on the rivalry helmet.
Beautiful.
That's going to be Eric Burns in the NFC West. Congratulations, Eric. Very nice. The former MVP on this beautiful rivalry helmet. Gosh, this is nice. You have the Beckett cert on the back, certified by the best of the best, just like everything here at Ultimate Autographs. Nice hit. Damn. Sean Alexander, former MVP. Nice hit, Eric Burns. No pun intended, because could be the baseball player who finished 17th in MVP voting one year.
I went to a game with Eric Burns.
Yeah. He was a fun player. All righty. Mini, excuse me. All righty. So congrats, Eric. Yeah, we were talking about this helmet. Maybe we Beetlejuice in, and we've been talking about that Patrick Mahomes Speed Flex a lot. Maybe we Beetlejuice that in the next break. All right.
All right. Those are all closed.
Thank you, sir.
The single will go first. Then it will be followed by the double.
The double close out in that Speed Flex,
Yep, they both
I know
are
how
closed.
it
Yep.
goes. Cheryl Crow, the first break is the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, that Bob guy? How you doing? Who's that? Oh, it's that Bob guy. All right, box 22. How's your Wednesday going, Bob? Damn. 2 headliners in this break. This time, Dennis McKeon. Dennis, Garrett Wilson. Very nice. AFC East hit. The wide receiver for the New York Jets. Nice hit, Dennis. Garrett Wilson. One of the better young wide receivers in the league. And you can say what you want. Like, get this guy a quarterback. And that is true. He needs a better quarterback. But with the quarterbacks in New York the last three seasons, 1,000 yards. So, yeah, maybe a better quarterback. He'll obviously have better numbers. But it's not slowing him down, the quarterback issues in New York. He's an awesome wide receiver. Very nice. Congratulations, Dennis. Ohio State Buckeye as well. You got the Fanatic cert on the back. Nice. So
Where
very
could you
nice.
see him ending up? Would you want to pick? Would you trade for him?
Garrett Wilson?
Yeah.
1,000%. 1,000%. He's a stud. He had that catch last year on Thursday Night Football against the Texans.
Yeah.
One of the best catches I've ever seen. All right. So congrats, Dan. Very cool hit. Maybe he's in that Animore section in the all offense. Hey, maybe we'll see him in a few minutes.
All right. GW.
GW.
A nice effortless transition there for that autograph. Would you like to see?
Mm-hmm. Garrett Wilson. Congrats, Dan. Very nice. All right, Steven. All right. Speed flexes coming right up. Thank you guys for closing out that mini. So who do we have? Christy, Tom, Christy, Fozzie, Louie, and Michael. Thank you guys. All righty. Drop me a box number for the flex single if you are in this break. So Christy, Tom Kaz, Fozzie, Louie, or Michael. What's up, Michael? Michael's playing his Vikings playing the Bears this week.
Yeah, right.
Be a big game for the NFC North. So drop me a box number for our Speed Flex single. We are looking for Speed Flexes like the Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I can guarantee you in this break and that double that's coming up right after this, we're going to see Speed Flexes because every single box is a flex. So one number, guys. If not, I'll go to the wheel. This is out of 30. And if I bring up that wheel on the screen, then any box call sent in the chat is invalid. I'll give you guys a few more seconds because I am generous when it comes to the box caller time. And by the way, if you ever want to go to the wheel, save time, you can always say wheel. And this is a single, so you just need to say wheel. But I don't know. We've seen some box caller magic today. I don't know if anyone got some inspiration from it, so we'll see. But if not, I'll go to the wheel, and like I said, once the wheel is up on the screen, any box call sent in the chat is invalid. Excommunicado. 17. Thank you, Louie. And we do have 17. All righty. All right. Here comes the fun part. Randomizer. 10 times. You guys seen the corner below under the dice roll? 10. That's how many times we roll in the randomizer to determine our order. Eric says, I got robbed that season when I was 17th in MVP voting. I voted for you. I sure did. 17. All right. And this is a single, Louis, so only need one number. Louis might be in the double coming up too, but this is a single. This one close out first. So 10 times. Yep.
Nice thing about this series is these all can stay on the table.
Yeah, right?
It doesn't have to be a headliner to go on the table.
100%. If you never want to speed flex in the break room before, this is a series to get into because
It's only $50 more, less than $50 more than that.
yeah, every single box is a flex. So if you win, you're getting a speed flex. All right, 2 more times and our final click. No, you're good, Louie. You're good, my man. And there it is, 10 times. All righty. By the way, Louie, I know you're looking for some box color magic because you're going to have that AFC West spot, which is the Patrick Mahomes. So let me move this Amon-Ra St. Brown. We have box 17 coming up. All righty. Christy, NFC North, NFC South. Tom Kaz, the NFC East. Louie, the NFC West. Chrissy, the AFC North. Michael, the AFC South. Timothy, the AFC East. And Louie, the AFC West. So Louie has both West spots. All right, here we go. Box 17. Good luck, everybody. Obviously, the box is heavy. It's a flex. So I'll get a nice little workout in tonight. All right, here we go. we have ourselves a running back, and it's going to be a hit for Christy in the AFC North. It's the running back on the Cincinnati Bengals, Chase Brown. So congratulations, Christy. A Chase Brown salute to service speed flex coming your way. I know the glare is, there you go. I know the glare might have been blocking the signature right there, but nice hit. And then you have the Beckett cert on the back. Chase Brown, salute to service. Very, very nice. So mark this blue. Former Illinois Final Illini running back. Yeah, very nice. He's been playing well. He had a tough start this season, but it's been playing well. Pretty much just like everyone on the Bengals since Joe Flacco has come to town. The offense starting to score some points. And I think, I don't know if this is going to happen because the Bengals might be out of it by this time, but Joe Burrow says he plans on playing Week 13, and that definitely helps the offense if Joe B's back. All right. Chase Brown. Very nice, yeah. 272, 221. That is it. All right. So we got a double coming up. I'll keep Chase on the table for now. I'll show some love. Yeah. I'm showing our love to our friends who are University of Illinois alums. With the Chase Brown hit. You see, Joe Burrow said Week 13. He'll be back.
Week 13, really?
Yes. So
aggressive.
Chris, I think it's Thanksgiving too. Christy, Fozzie, Dan, Christy, John, Louie, and Dustin. This is a double box break, so please wait for my message.
All right, the Bulls have scrapped their way back to within 7.
There we go. What was the score?
It was like 91-69.
Oh.
Now it's 95-88.
Ooh. No Kate Cunningham today, too?
No K. Dude, this. Have you seen what Detroit has? This little G leaguer D Jenkins.
No.
He's on a 10-day. He hit the 2 threes to tie the game against Washington earlier this week. That went to double overtime. The one where Cade was hucking up 45 shots. And I think today, dude's been cooking today. He's got 16. He's at 16 and 8.
Damn.
Replacing him.
All right. So 7 and 28. Those are good to go. Thank you, John T. So 6 and then 28. 29 through 30. All right. Those are good. Thank you, guys. All righty. Christy, Fozzie, Dan, John, Louie, Dustin. Randomizer time. The moment of truth for our all speed flex double. 10 times. Let's roll.
7 and 28.
Yes. 7, just like the points the Packers scored this week.
Critical Josh Jacob points, yes.
And the final click. All right, there it is. Fozzie's going to have that Mahomes spot.
Well, these are heavy.
Oh, yeah. All righty. Dustin, NFC North. John T., the NFC South. John's a Falcon fan. He goes, I wouldn't mind a Falcon filler right now. Dan Jabba, the NFC East. Christy, the NFC West. Dustin, the AFC North. Christy, the AFC South. Louie, the AFC East. And Fozzie, you got that Mahomes spot, my man, the AFC West. All right, 7 and 28. We'll start with 1 touchdown. We'll do the 4 touchdowns, 28 later. That's why I did math as a kid. With 7, it's like, okay, 1 touchdown is 7.
4 touchdowns.
Yeah, 14.
When you play enough Madden, you score enough touchdowns.
All righty. So here we go. Box 7 coming up. And we know it's going to be a flex because every single box in this series, speed flex.
Speed flex.
Speed flex. What do we have? What do we have? All righty, Steven. We have a secondary headliner, but a former first overall pick. It is Drew Bledsoe on the Patriots lid. That's going to be Louis in the AFC East. Congratulations, Louis. Drew Bledsoe on the Patriots speed flex. Got the Beckett cert on the back. I love the Patriots standard helmets. The Flying Elvis. Very, very nice. Bledsoe, Pro Bowler, led the Patriots to the Super Bowl in 1996. I know he gets forgotten about sometimes because of Tom Brady, but Bledsoe, a damn good quarterback in his day. Very, very nice. And one of the strongest arms. All righty. Congrats, Louis. Very nice. Drew Bledsoe. When we talk about Jake Plummer, you know, Plummer does his own mushrooms now.
You know it.
Drew Bledsoe does his own wine. Makes his own wine, which is always cool. All right. So, Louis will write this out for you. And, Steven, you can always put away that Amon-Ra St. Brown whenever, because that technically was the last show.
Okay.
And we know we're going to need some more room on the table because we know we're going to see some more speed flexes tonight. So, whenever you want, you can take it. I'll move that closer to you, too, so make it nice and easy.
I can grab it.
Oh, good man.
No big deal.
Thank you, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar. All right.
I don't know if either of those words.
You're pretty smart to me. All right. Here we go. Stream lagging. All I can say is please be patient with us. Hopefully that gets fixed. But we did hear that a few times tonight, so thank you for letting us know. Unfortunately. All right. These awesome speed flexes could be disrupting the feed. Sounded cool. All right, here's box 28. Here's the 4 touchdown box, Steven.
Right.
I used to love when my team scored 28 points. Now we can't score 8. All righty. This one's for you, Steven.
All right.
How about Super Bowl winning Bears quarterback Jim McMahon on the alternate Bears orange helmet? Very, very cool. Nice. And that's going to be Dustin in the NFC North. Nice hit, Dustin. Very nice. Jim McMahon on the alternate Chicago Bears speed flex. The punky QB known as McMahon. Nice hit, Dustin. All righty. So, Steven, 18 boxes left.
Wow.
We only pulled secondary headliner Drew Bledsoe from the headliner list. So, 18 boxes left. James Cook, Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes. That's right, Patrick Mahomes. Trey McBride, Steve Smith Sr., A.J. Brown, Jonathan Taylor, Warren Moon, Javonte Williams. Oh, did I mention Patrick Mahomes is still available in this series? And by the way, guys, every single box in this series is a Speed Flex helmet. If you never won a Speed Flex helmet in the break room before, or if you don't have a Speed Flex in your collection, my question is to you, what the hell are you doing? You got to get a Speed Flex in your collection. And the best way to do it is you get a spot in that off Speed Flex series for a fraction of the cost. Because I can guarantee you, if you win in that break, you are walking away with a Speed Flex. So, guys, get your spot. Win yourself a Patrick Mahomes for $155. That's the best bang for your buck in the break room right now. No doubt about it. I get it. Jersey's $29, minis $52. Great price point right there. But if you want to win yourself a helmet like Patrick Mahomes that's worth $2,000, $3,000 worth of value, Speed Flex series for $155. That can be you. You want to get in the double, up your chances of seeing it? Still, absolutely great call right there. So, guys, grab those spots because, like I said, 8:05, we know we're going to keep doing these tonight. We know Patrick Mahomes is going to be on this table tonight. We might as well do them while we have a chance to win some money back. That's right. The Chase Wheel Spin does close at 9 p.m., guys. So you want to make sure. They say, man, I know we're going to do some flex series tonight, but I'll wait. You know, I'll just chill. Well, don't chill.
Don't chill. This is not the time
Win
to
some money
chill
back.
because
Yeah.
this is going to happen tomorrow if you guys don't take care of it tonight.
That is 100%.
I'm telling you guys right now.
All right. So if you guys want to break, and I know you guys want to break, Michael says, get that line back out. There he is. He's. Oh, we got the Viking, we got the Lion, we got the Packers. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us tonight. See you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, man. I was thinking, Michael, I remember we talked about at the beginning of the show. Now we got the whole NFC North. Where's my Packer helmets? I'm sure there's one hiding out somewhere. 272258. Jim McMahon. All right. Well, to save some room, that's my excuse, and I'm going to stick to it. I'll put the Jim McMahon away.
Okay.
Because I know we'll see a couple current quarterbacks. Shout out to Jim McMahon, won a Super Bowl, but I'm sure we'll see some current guys who won a Super Bowl. Hint, hint, Patrick Mahomes coming up, maybe.
Unfortunately, it's too late, Mysterious, for the Lion. He's had a good time.
Oh.
He has like these dinosaur water shoes.
And they make sound.
He's like, rawr. I'm like, the rars.
The Rars won.
The rars won, exactly.
All righty. Hey. 18 boxes left. Let me show this off, guys. Because you guys got to see what we have still left in this series. Every single box is a speed flex. Every single box is going to be a player on offense. And I'm talking quarterbacks, wide receivers, and running backs. No offensive linemen. Shout out to the line, though. Every team needs one. But this series, we're showing some love to the fantasy stars out there, right? The running backs, the tight ends, quarterbacks, wide receivers. James Cook, Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes, Trey McBride, Steve Smith Sr., A.J. Brown, Jonathan Taylor, Warren Moon, Javonte Williams, still out there. Every single box.
This is not the
Speed
time
flex.
to rest, ladies and gentlemen.
No. Now is not the time.
Now is not the time.
Start the party in that break. I see it all the time, Steven, where, let's be honest, people are scared to get that first spot. They sit there. They're waiting. And then someone comes in, and they're just, hey, what's in that all-speed flex series? Patrick Mahomes still available? Yes. Okay. And then they get 3 spots, 4 spots, and then that series closes out just like that. Guys, you can be the starter in that break. You don't have to get 3 spots. You don't have to get 4 spots. You get that 1 spot, then someone who goes on the website and sees, well, hey, 1 person wants to do that, and I want to do it, so that makes it 2 people. And I guarantee you, 6 to go, matter of moments, 5 to go, 4 to go, boom, we're breaking, and we don't have to wait. There you go, Dan. Dan, that was a photo headliner. Damn good hit right there. Garrett Wilson, very, very nice. And sometimes, yeah, you have a tough weekend here in the break room. You just got to get that first win. It's like baseball, right? You go in a slump, and you're 0 for 10, 0 for 15, 0 for 20. All you need is that 1 hit to get out of that slump, and then boom, you're back to being Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts. So, yeah, very nice hit, Dan. Who won the Chris Carter? Actually, Aaron, you, my friend, you won the Chris Carter. Well, what? What? Love seeing the NFC North without an ugly Packers helmet on the table. That's like the 50 Cent meme. What'd he say F me for? What? Aaron. Well, I mean, good news for you. You didn't win the ugly Packers helmet. You won the Vikings helmet. There you go, brother. Nice hit, my man. You did win that Chris Carter. We can agree and disagree on the Packers helmet. I think it's a nice looking lid. Hey, one thing I can't argue with Aaron about, he's a winner. He won the Chris Carter Speed Flex for a fraction of the cost. Nice hit, Aaron. Very, very nice. And Aaron, by the way, I don't know if you were watching when we did that break, but 10 is the dice roll for the show, right? And you got 2 spots. So after 9 times in the dice roll, you were in that NFC North spot. Well, getting that extra spot might have paid off because the 10th time, you were still in that NFC North spot. So maybe think about that, guys, for the near future. If you're thinking about getting a spot in a break, maybe getting that extra spot to play it safe because it worked out for Aaron right there. Congrats, Mr. Custer. Even though we got, the Packers helmet. Come on. It's not ugly. Come on.
Yeah, it's hideous. You're right.
Oh, gosh. Oh, man. Okay, how about this?
Aaron told me the other night I was his favorite new favorite breaker.
Hey, you're mine.
Or co-host.
You're mine. That's for sure. Patrick Mahomes speed flex. No, that's not ugly. Kansas City Chiefs standard, one of the most iconic standard helmets in the game. How do I know that? Because I like to watch the old school videos, Steven.
Mm-hmm.
You watch Super Bowl I, Packers, Chiefs. Well, the Chiefs are still one the same exact helmets that they were wearing 60 freaking years ago. They know they got a damn good looking helmet. And not only is it a damn good looking helmet, it's the main man in the NFL today, Patrick Mahomes. Him and Tom Brady, the most expensive signatures in the game. Well, you can get him in the break room for only $155. If you want to up your chances getting that double, still walk away with Patrick Mahomes for $310. $310, you walk away with Patrick Mahomes, and maybe there's another hit in that AFC West that pairs with that Patrick Mahomes. 2 flexes for $310. You go on Riddell.com, a speed flex with nothing on it. Just a plain old speed flex, $600, $650, $700. Well, you can walk away with 2 speed flexes for almost half of that.
Right.
And not just any other speed flex, Patrick Mahomes. James Cook, Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes. Guys, look at that Trey McBride speed flex. That helmet, aesthetically, maybe the best helmet in that series. Trey McBride having a monster 2025, but that freaking lid, stunning. Steve Smith Sr., if you get in a double, that pairs with the Baker Mayfield. A.J. Brown pairs with the Javonte Williams, secondary headliner in that series. And then Jonathan Taylor, who might just be the best player in football this season, still out there on that Colts standard. So this series, all speed flexes, all offensive players on football. Let's do it. Let's do it. If you guys are, balling on a budget, but you guys want a break tonight in the break room, the minis are $52 a spot for a double. The jerseys, $29. That's 4 spots to go. That's going to happen for sure, guys. We have the Super Bowl mixer, $73 spot on the single, $146 if you want to win 2 items. I know that Ray Lewis and Troy Polamalu and Hines Ward, secondary headliners for the AFC North, especially if you're a Steeler fan, take your shot at the Troy Polamalu, beautiful Rave Authentic. And Hines Ward, possibly. I hear ya, Aaron. I'm excited about winning a Vikings helmet, I guess. It's not a lie. I know Aaron's a big-time Detroit Lion fan. But, hey, like I said, too, in that break, by the way, maybe a Vikings fan won a Lion helmet, a Speed Flex, and they're looking to trade for a Vikings lid and, I don't know, maybe a St. Brown, Chris Carter trade or, Jameson Williams, Chris Carter trade. I don't know. I'm just, throwing out trades out there. So you can always work out a deal. I always, that's always in the near future. And Aaron knows this because he's part of our great community here at the UA. But anyone else watching for the first time, we have an awesome, awesome community here in the break room. There you go. See, I agree with you.
For one aspect, though.
I won't ask.
You know the answer.
But all right. Check some scores around the NBA. We share a mutual disgust for Favre and Rodgers. Well, it's fair.
I mean, it's not just those two.
Yeah, it's fair. Got some NBA scores happening throughout the league. I don't see Amon Thompson with the triple-double yet. I don't like that.
No, and it's not a pretty score at half.
Yeah, blowout happening. Well, it's all right. That's probably could write that off. Let's see Herb Jones with his steals. Herb Jones has no steals. Okay, that's awesome. Not looking so good at halftime, Steven. De'Aaron Fox, need him for 20. He's got 4. All right, we can cash that one out.
Well, what about your boy though?
We're on this. To quote Bill Belichick, we're on to Cincinnati.
We're on to Cincinnati.
We are on to Cincinnati.
Yeah, unfortunately, Herb Jones has 0 steals.
Yeah, it's all right.
Victor Wembanyama's pacing nicely.
Yeah,
and the game was like the Spurs were up by 14 at a point, and I was like, you guys, we can't let it get too out of control. I need Vic to play a little bit.
Check on that break page, guys. Here is that all Speed Flex series.
The Bulls are, of course, falling apart to a third-string G League squad. It's
Yeah, we need Josh Giddey back.
Yep, and Kobe.
And yeah, ASAP. All offense, Speed Flex series. James Cook, Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes, Trey McBride, Steve Smith Sr., A.J. Brown, Jonathan Taylor. Secondary headliners, Warren Moon, Javonte Williams. We are down to our last 18 boxes, and we have 9 headliners still out there. 18 boxes, 9 headliners, and every single box in this series is a Speed Flex helmet. That is right. The best of the best in the break room. Speed Flexes. If you win in this series, you are guaranteed to win yourself a Speed Flex helmet. So like I said, if you've never won a Speed Flex in the break room before and you've been waiting, well, this is the break to get into. Because if you win, it's a flex. And that is the All Offense Speed Flex series. Super Bowl winner. This is a mixer. We have a Terrell Davis Speed Flex, a Troy Polamalu Authentic, a Troy Aikman custom jersey, and a Ray Lewis mini that pairs with that Troy Polamalu. Secondary headliners, Derek Brooks, Hines Ward, Rashee Rice, and Marshall Faulk. Every single player in this series won a Super Bowl. Super Bowl winner. There you go. And this is a mixer, guys. 73, a spot in the single. 146, a spot in the double if you want to win that Troy Polamalu and Ray Lewis, or the Hines Ward in that secondary. Diamonds, authentic helmets. No headliners left, 4 boxes, but we closed out this series, guys. Brand new series with brand new headliners in the room. And the Diamonds and more section, Hall of Famers, All Pros, maybe a 2025 first-round pick from your favorite team. Never sleep on that diamond break. If you're just looking for an authentic helmet in the break room, you can't go wrong in the Diamonds. The jerseys, 4 spots to go. We're down to our last box. It is a hit from the and more section. But like I said, we close out brand new jerseys, brand new headliners here in the break room. And our minis, that's an automatic double box break. Jamar Chase, George Kittle, Bryce Young, Michael Strahan, and Ndamukong Suh, Lawrence Taylor. Nice double up there if I'm a New York Giants fan. And Fred Taylor, Chris Johnson, and Cortland Sutton still out there in the minis. $52, automatic double box break. So what do you guys want to do? Who's out there? Someone make some noise. Who's watching the show? Who's in a series right now that has been waiting too damn long? And they're just, enough is enough, guys. Jerseys, Diamonds say, guys, I've been waiting too damn long in this break. Can we please close it out? Because I don't just say this. We have an awesome community. And one thing is they don't listen to us. And that's fine. But they listen to each other and they help out each other. So if you're like, man, I've been in this break so long, I want to go to bed, or I got something to do, or I'm sick of waiting. I'm antsy. I want to do the break. Make some noise in the chat because we have a great community and we like to help each other out here. If you're the Diamonds, Super Bowl, Speed Flex series, jerseys.
Right, lots of great breaks to get into. And again, that Speed Flex series is getting Shohei.
Yeah, because
Shohei, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, 18 boxes left, 9 headliners, Patrick Mahomes still out there. There's really no reason why this series is not moving right now. Especially, what time is it right now? 8:19. We have 40 minutes until that chase wheel spin, Steven. I get it. If you don't care about the chase wheel spin, more power to you. But I like some money back on anything I do, right?
Yeah.
And I don't care how much money back. If you tell me I'm getting at least some money back, yeah, I want to take my chance at that. Get in your that Speed Flex series. Get your spot. Close out that break. Get your name in the chase wheel spin. And not only win yourself a Speed Flex helmet, but win some money back. If you get in a single, your name in 1 time, get in the double 2 times, quad 4 times.
Right.
A nice little incentive for getting the double and the quad to up your chances at winning that chase wheel spin. It's going to be a top spot draw at 9 o'clock for all the breaks that close out. So if you buy a spot in a series and it doesn't close out before the chase wheel spin, well, unfortunately, you're not going to be added to that chase wheel spin. So you want that break to close out before then. And Steven, like I said, we've been doing this too damn long. Not to quote Lethal Weapon, but we know how this is going to go tonight. We're going to see Patrick Mahomes. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And let's not wait, because the faster we close out breaks, the faster we see Patrick Mahomes. So there it is. What do we want to do? Let's see, Steven. I know how to get him. We always ask the icebreaker questions. Those always work. We ask questions about the break, it's silent. We ask icebreaker questions, they love it. So, my icebreaker question for, and I wish I came prepared for this, I did not. Favorite Christmas movie of all time?
Die Hard.
Come on. Stop it. Stop it.
I just wanted to take advantage of the moment, you know.
Mine would Batman Returns if that's the case. But what is your... That's for the chat as well, just to see who's out there. Favorite Christmas movie?
Home Alone.
Yeah, that's a good one. I remember as a kid, I'm not this old, so I wasn't like playing it when it first came out, but when I was a kid, about like 5 years old, 6 years old, my cousins, they had like the old Sega Genesis, and I would play the Home Alone video game.
Right.
And the concept of the game, I really don't even remember too much, but if you like fail, your house gets flooded because the wet bandits.
Yeah.
Well, I had no clue what to do, so every time I would play the game, like 5 minutes, and eventually house gets flooded, start over, and that was it. The Home Alone video game. I would say mine is... Does Nightmare Before Christmas count as a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie? If it counts as Christmas, I'm going with that one. Nightmare Before Christmas.
It's a very fair concern.
If that doesn't count, Christmas Vacation. Love it. Been watching that my entire life.
Christmas Vacation.
Ah, man. The Griswolds?
It's a classic.
I love when we get the Blackhawks jersey.
Yes.
Chevy Chase, Griswold. That's a question for you guys as well. Just see who's out there. It's an icebreaker question. If you're like, what the hell does that have to do with anything? It doesn't. I just want to see who's watching the show. And I want to get people involved. Whether we're doing the breaks or not, guys, you guys are the architects of this break room. 5 spots to go in a diamond. 4 spots to go in a jersey. That'll be our last jersey break. And then we'll have a brand new jersey break in the room. I'm going to drop a link for that. Only $29 a spot. There it is. Our last order. There you go, Peter, getting a spot. Thank you, Peter. A spot in that jersey break just about 20 minutes ago. Guys, the earliest we sign off is 9:30. But if we're constantly breaking, and I know you guys don't want us to sign off at 9:30. I know that for a fact. You guys want to 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock? We can definitely do that.
Absolutely.